You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Fucking Avatar. I just finished Avatar. Like
the whole
out
series?
There. Yeah.
Awesome.
Like I was out there watching the final episode.
Oh man, it's
Dude,
so good.
what the fuck?
The ending
How is
so
that
good.
show so fucking good?
Better than it has any right to be
It
for
is.
a Nickelodeon cartoon.
It is better than it has any right to be for anything. I just loved every stinking minute of that show. I will watch it again. Like maybe I might just go ahead and start it over.
Because Addie likes the original. I think Korra's even better.
Well, I'm gonna watch Korra next. I've got two shows right now that I want to watch, which is Lower Decks, Star Trek, the cartoon. That's second season came out yesterday, and there's something else I can't remember now. But they're gonna wait because now I'm going right into Korra. I don't even care. So yeah, fuck.
Korra's good.
What the hell?
No, that was just like the perfect ending, like to that show. Like
It
did
really
not let me down
was.
at all.
And that final battle, the way they cut it up and edited it and everything, I would have gone insane if I had to wait between the episodes. I mean, it was every episode. I was like, I'll watch 5 more minutes. You know.
Yep.
Fucking,
and Toph is such a badass character,
dude.
Toph's probably
Toph is probably my favorite character, just because she doesn't give a fuck. And then the way they're always leaning into those blind jokes. She's always Toph is blind. She's an earthbender, and she's blind, and she sees with her feet like seismic,
like a gravel
vibrations. Yeah, exactly. And she's like what?
They're always
12?
fooling her with a remote control car.
She's like 10 or 11 or 12 or something. I don't know. She's really young, but very fucking powerful. And she's blind, and they're always just making jokes about her being blind, and she's the one making the joke. Like they'll hold up a piece of paper and say, "See this?" And she's like, "No, I don't." You know, just constantly. And she's like the unfazable one. She probably was the most representative of the Earth Kingdom in the sense that Earth is strong and unfazed and not easily fucked with, you know?
God, everything in Ba Sing Se was so creepy too. Like there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, they were all like being brainwashed. I mean, it was just I can't even get over. And the anthology episode, I mean, the way that when they went to see the play, I saw that as an anthology episode, basically, where they were bringing you up to speed, in a funny way, you know. But I laughed at that show, out loud. It was soup to nuts was perfect, and I told Dave outside while he was standing there while I was finishing it. I was like, dude, you got to watch this fucking thing, and he was like, well, you know.
My list of media that people have told me I need to watch far outweighs the amount of time I have left on this earth. And I mean that.
I get it. No, I totally get that. But yeah, dude, thank you for that. I know that was just like a random occurrence that you just happened to bring it up.
To think about it, yeah.
And I can see now why you rated it as highly as you did as far as in your top 3, because fuck.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
And blood bending and shit. That's what I've decided to talk to you about was blood bending.
The blood bending was like, it's almost like one of those things that you just shouldn't do. And like the one time that Katara did it out of like anger, like, you know, she felt like bad. And rightfully so.
It's like Harry using a unforgivable curse. Like
that's exactly right. The blood bending, a waterbender. It's a waterbender thing, and this old woman teaches Katara, the girl, the waterbender, how to blood bend. And it's basically you're a puppet master of you control their blood, and so you control their movements, and they have no say in what their body's doing. It's creepy, but I mean, it's effective in a pinch, I suppose. But there's all the moral implications of what that means and why you shouldn't do it, that sort of thing. It just, they got into a lot of really deep shit into that show.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, like I've said 1,000 times, I'm 48 years old watching this cartoon and just sucking it in, just absorbing it like a sponge.
Cartoons.
Everything with Uncle Iroh is just like,
God, he is so good. Just all the characters are perfect in every way.
Zuko has the best character development I've seen of like, I would put him as the best character development, best character arc in fantasy and fiction. And
yeah, I agree totally. And his sister being like this just utter psychopath. I mean, and then the way like in the very last episode, she has just fucking gone over the edge.
Yep.
Right? And to the point where she's like banished everybody, all of her hairdressers and all of her personal attendants, and she's a princess. And she like cuts off her hair.
Chaotic evil princess firebender.
Yeah, and you can see like in that fight, her lipstick's all messed up. Like she's just, you can see and you can tell by the way she's acting, but also by her physical appearance that she's just gone fucking insane. And it was just so effective. It was subtle. It just got a little bit, when you first meet her, she's like this mistress of firebending. She can shoot fucking lightning out of her fingertips and shit. I mean, and she's got complete control. She's always one step ahead of the enemy. Just razor sharp everything, right? And by the end of the series, she has just become a complete nutball.
Or her father's insane.
And her father's a fucking nutball. She takes after him for sure.
There's manga about after the story's over about Zuko trying to find out more about his mom and where she went and what happened.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just fucking blown away. I was not expecting to enjoy that as much as I did. I thought, no, it'll be pretty cool. It was fucking great.
No, it's amazing.
It was absolutely everything you said it would be and then some. So
You knocked out like a season a week.
easily.
Yeah.
It was 3
Because we
seasons.
talked about it about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's about 20 episodes per season. 3 seasons. So I wished it had been longer. You know, I wouldn't care if the show was still going.
Yeah.
Is there an animated movie? Is there an animated? I know there's a live action movie that I haven't heard is good, but did they do an animated movie?
No, I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
I don't think so.
But Netflix is getting ready to launch a live action series of Avatar, and it's
I
going
saw
to be
a cast announcement.
Yeah, I saw that today too. It looks really like they're going to try to stay true to the cartoon. I think they're just going to tell the story again.
I hope so, because I know the creators cut ways with them after a while.
Well, I mean, they need to. There's not really anything to continue with at this point. They wrapped everything up almost in a nice shiny bow.
They kind of do that. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They do these live action adaptations that are typically not good, but hopefully it'll be good.
They hope that they do good on this, because now I have this standard.
There's no way it's going to be better than that.
I'm not expecting it to be
Right.
better.
And then
I can't expect that.
I threw into the Avatar D&D Kickstarter.
Did you?
Yep.
I texted you that, and I didn't know if you knew about it.
What is it?
They're doing a tabletop Avatar.
So you pick your era you want to play in. It's up to like 5 different eras, from Korra most modern back to like
The
2 eras before Aang.
Yeah, like Kaiushi and Roku. You can play in those eras, and then you can play in Aang's era. You can play in the 100 years that there was no Avatar,
yep.
which is like Fire Nation.
I think that's the ripest for.
Oh, I agree.
play.
The Fire Nation has taken over the world basically, and you can play in that era, and then you can play in Aang's era, and then you can play in Korra's, and then there's all these different ways of building your character and the different.
If you want to be a swordsman or a technologist or a bender.
It's going to be
Cool.
a rich.
What rule set is it based on?
I think it didn't read like it was like Dungeons and Dragons. It read more like, I don't know what the system is.
They said what system it was based on.
Where you announce your
remember.
action and your intention, and then roll accordingly to see if you.
You do that in Burning Wheel, but I don't know.
It sounded, because I didn't get a whole lot from what I read. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Look.
I'm just gonna throw.
Let me look at that article. Because I saw this on. Some article came up on Facebook, and I immediately texted it to him, but I figured you already knew about it. Where is it?
I played Monster of the Week for the first time.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's like it uses like pretty much like the same rules as Blades in the Dark. So like yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of narrative to it. You
might like the second McElroy game where they do that.
Yeah, I remember.
does a good job of it.
I remember hearing that was the system that they were using. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've kind of fallen off on a lot of their stuff, and nothing against them. I think their stuff is great, but I don't know, just limited amount of time kind of deal. And especially like, I really like Nerd Poker too, which was Brian Posehn's.
Yeah.
And it was like, I fell off of that one because it's tough for me when it's serialized like that. If I can listen to like a one-off and like be cool, I'm more likely to listen to that podcast than I am like a long span, or if it's like a short campaign where it's like a 4 or 5 episode thing,
as opposed to like
like 40
session,
I can't. I mean, that's great, but sometimes I just like, if I get a week or 2 behind, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Even if it's good.
Funny you just mentioned.
Is it Monster of the Week?
It's Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Masks, A New Generation, and Root. Those all by the Apocalypse framework.
Apocalypse world.
It's based on.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's all based on balance too. Like, as you got to try to balance between your faults and your strengths, and the more actions you take in one direction take you here, and then it takes you back and forth based on how you do it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Monster of the Week I thought was really fun. Blades in the Dark, we did that one for a real long time. That was really fun. Monster of the Week is real similar, but it doesn't have the like in Blades in the Dark, you kind of like maintain a gang essentially, and it's like at the end of each session you earn rewards and money, and there's heat that you have to deal with to keep like the cops off you and shit. And it's like it's like this meta game. You have the role-playing session where you do the heist or the assassination or whatever the score is, and then once that's done, you deal with the aftermath kind of in like with your gang. Okay. And it's like you can upgrade and like take over new territories and stuff. Sure. Like there's a whole system for that, and you can get abilities and stuff that benefit everyone who's in the gang. So it's neat. But it's just Monster of the Week kind of, at least we haven't got to that yet. I feel like they kind of cut that part out, which is great for me because I was one of the, like half of our group really liked that meta. And then the other half was just kind of like, well, I don't really like the score and doing the role playing and stuff like that. So, gotcha. I mean, I would just sit back and let the people who like doing that meta part do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever you guys want to do, I will play within that framework.
There'll be a world to play in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which level did you kick in on?
The lowest one that got me a physical copy.
Okay.
So they like the $50 or whatever.
Well, when you get it and you've read through it and understand it and you're ready to run a game, deal me the fuck in. I want to play that game.
That's why
you're going to have to help me with that because I don't, I'll have to be kind of tutored on how the whole thing's going to work.
The only thing I've even known in that system is listening to that McElroy podcast.
Okay.
It's an easy system. It's like way easier to like jump in and play it than it is, say, even like 5th edition D&D. I mean,
well, I'm down. I
thought it was like, this would be good. Like we do as soon as, because I figure whenever Melissa's gone to Florida, that's when I'll try and start the D&D game, because that'd be perfect when she's not here, and then we can bear down and focus, and Jack won't be here, so then that's probably the best time. Then to try to squeeze something in, and then me fly to Florida, and then because I want to see them before they're going to be gone. So
yeah,
no, I don't blame you. That's a good idea.
But I figure like we can, start that off, do that game, do Call of Cthulhu, and then by that time,
hopefully
maybe
the
Avatar
will be out.
So,
yeah, I'm in.
It gives me time to watch it all.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean it. Like I think
I'm in the middle of not in the middle of Brotherhood. I'm 10%. We're 10% into Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Sweet.
When you're done with that, y'all should watch Avatar together because it'd be
Yeah.
it's
And with
easy to
Henry
watch
even,
at lunch.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry would probably get a fucking kick out of it.
Yeah.
I tried to get Cohen watching it, but he's 4, and I think it's still his attention span's not quite there just yet because I don't want him to just watch it and be.
Henry doesn't watch a lot of shows, so he might not be there either.
I
He
can
is
see
definitely like, he will watch a 20-minute YouTube video, but like, if it's a 20-minute production, like a produced show,
Yeah.
it fucking bounces off of him like
That's
90%
exactly
of the
way
time.
Cohen is, and I just think it's because he's had an iPad in his hand since he was 2.
Yeah,
and
no, that's
it.
same scenario
Just-
here.
he-
Yeah.
he wants to watch movies, but we'll get 5 minutes into the movie, and he's off doing something
Yeah.
on his iPad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm almost surprised Kenna can watch movies because she was the same way.
and I don't know if they get to that when they get to that point where they're ready to just sit down, because like we're gonna go to the drive-in on August 30th because Tanya really loves going to the drive-in.
What's playing?
Well, this is the Cohen draw. We're trying to get him interested in going to the movies. Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Henry
Which-
loved Paw Patrol.
Cohen doesn't really get into Paw Patrol now.
Yeah.
But I think it would be neat. He would like the movie. And
Yeah.
and then after that is Snake Eyes, which
Man, they tricked me with that Snake Eyes trailer because I was watching that shit and I was like, holy fuck, what is this? This looks really good.
It's G.I.
And then it's
Joe,
like, it's
yeah.
a fucking G.I. Joe movie?
this actually
It looked good.
It does
looked
look
good.
fucking good. And actually Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, their whole backstory for me was like the big draw for me to the
See, I don't know
comics.
anything about G.I. Joe.
Basically, they're both ninjas. Snake Eyes doesn't speak ever. There's a thing that happens, and if you ever see the movie, they'll probably say what it is.
Yeah.
That he goes silent, and his nemesis, which is they're tied together.
Okay.
They're tied together.
No
I don't wanna
spoilers. You're being very spoiler.
It's because it's a cool
Yeah.
story.
Okay.
But they're rivals.
Do you think they're going to get into that in the movie?
I do.
Okay,
I
all
think
right,
that's where
okay.
it's going to leave off,
Okay.
that these two have this falling out.
And I haven't even seen like the original G.I. Joe movie. Like I say original,
I don't
but
think they're going to
I don't
matter.
want to. I just want to watch because I was like, there's some cool ass ninja shit going on in this movie.
This is designed to distract from those, I think. I
Yeah.
think this is the part of that franchise where they're saying, all right, let's lean into what's really cool about G.I. Joe. There's a lot of cool shit about G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
It was my favorite cartoon as a kid. I collected all those comics.
That was
all
Marvel, right?
about it. It was Marvel. And I really got into it, but mostly in the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow thing. Storm Shadow was with Cobra, and he's a ninja.
Okay.
And he and Snake Eyes are always pairing off to fight, you know.
So they're like-
Everyone has their fucking
They're like rivals then.
yeah, and
But Snake Eyes is like the main Cobra guy, right?
no, Snake Eyes is with G.I. Joe.
What? Oh, I didn't know that. All my
Snake
whole
Eyes-
life, I thought Snake Eyes was like the bad guy.
Snake Eyes is with G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay.
And Storm Shadow is with Cobra.
Who's the big bad guy in G.I. Joe?
Cobra
Cobra
Commander?
Commander?
Oh, okay. Well,
You
I don't know.
Because
Anyway.
there's Cobra Commander is the one who's
Is
you
it-
know
He
has
talks
like
like this.
yeah.
Is it
And then there's
secret?
the metal face
That's
dude, like his
Destro.
second in command. or something.
Destro is
Yeah.
his name.
Oh, man.
And they have a dude named Zartan who's like he's like
Knockoff Zoltan.
He's a mercenary, but he's a chameleon. He can change. His skin can mesh with whatever, like a chameleon.
Uh-huh.
And I remember him well because his action figure
Was it clear?
when you got him wet? He changed
took-
color.
yeah,
you
cool.
know? But there was one comic, and this is the one out of all of the comics I lost. This is the one comic
When they all
that
disintegrated?
When they all disintegrated.
Yeah.
They Thanos'd away.
Right.
If I had held them up, they would have just literally floated off. It was a issue of G.I. Joe where Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes fight. The entire issue is a fight between the two of them. And there is not one single printed word in there except for like action words like
Man.
thwack and bang, you know.
That was an
shit.
easy one to write.
It was. Probably didn't even have written by credits on the cover, but it was the art in that book
Yeah.
and the way they tell this story. that reveals this massive thing that everybody's always wondered about the two of them, and they do it without words.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is really, really fucking cool. But I'm really hoping that this movie is just like this fucking balls out kung fu.
Dude, it looked awesome.
Ridiculous
Dude, I
movie.
mean, for real.
Yeah.
Like when it showed up, like snake eyes, I was like, what the fuck? Am I gonna have to
it's a
watch a
movie about
G.I.
crabs.
Joe movie?
Well, no, I think they are, again, leaning into this, and I think if this gets a fairly good reception,
I mean, I'm
they're
in.
going to take that track with it.
I'm
because
in. I thought it looked great.
I think they're going to do with these movies kind of what they did with Godzilla and King Kong, where Universal decided to go all in on the Godzilla and King Kong thing and
Yeah.
make it into a monsters franchise.
Yeah.
And so all of those movies have been good, like Kong Skull Island or whatever.
I wanted to see that.
Fantastic movie. I really got into it. It was kind of tropey at the beginning. It was during the Vietnam War, right after the Vietnam War ended, and of course, so there's a scene where they're on choppers and they're playing
Fortunate
Creedence.
Son.
Yes.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is. Unfortunately, they're playing Fortunate Son while they're on choppers.
that is a
flying.
bit trophy. Yeah,
After that,
man, if they
though,
tied into Forrest Gump, though, that'd be great.
they should have had him running. After that bit, it was good, and it was shit. That movie had Loki and Captain Marvel and Nick Fury all in it. Sam Jackson and all them
Yeah.
were in it. But then they did this thing where they go into the Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Ghidorah's in it, and all that, and they're trying to build Mecha Ghidorah and all this shit. And then they bring in Kong versus Godzilla.
And like, level with me, like fucking King Kong doesn't stand a chance against Godzilla, right?
I'm not
I mean,
going to tell
come
you
on.
that.
Well, no, I'm not telling you to spoil the movie. I'm just saying, like, let's look at it.
Soup to nuts, no. I mean,
Because one's
Kong
just
gets
a
his
giant gorilla. The other one's a fucking, like, nuclear lizard.
Right. Well, at one of the early battles in the movie, they're transporting Kong on a boat. Like,
He gets scared. People take his photos. I mean, come on. Godzilla's going to fucking destroy
King
this.
K. Rool had all the science in the world backing him, and Donkey Kong still beat him.
That's
So
right.
I don't
That's
know.
right. That is a good point.
well, they're on this big boat, and they got him sedated, of course. So he's at a disadvantage because A, he's on a boat,
yeah.
and B, he's sedated. And then Godzilla shows up.
Right, because Godzilla sleeps in the ocean.
Godzilla is, and he's nuclear.
Right.
So that fight didn't go well for Kong.
For Kong, right.
But going forward, I mean, they match up pretty well in these movies.
But of course they're gonna, because that's not an exciting
Otherwise,
movie.
then it's not fun. But but anyway, that's what I think they're doing with G.I. Joe. Is they're going to get into the good stuff and then maybe try to take their time and not just hit you about the face and shoulders with.
Just do more ninja
franchise
shit.
stuff.
Because I mean, like, for real, like when I was watching that trailer, I was like, when's the last like ninja movie that I've seen?
Well, the new.
It's been a long time,
I'm going to
man.
talk about some fucking kick-ass martial art movies that's coming as Shang-Chi in the Ten Rings.
Oh
The new
yeah,
Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Dude, that thing looks fucking amazing. Like, there's going to be some ridiculous kung fu in
Yeah.
that movie. So,
Good.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Good.
But, yeah, G.I. Joe, go figure.
I didn't see new Mortal Kombat, so I guess that's probably got some ninja shit in it.
I haven't seen it either. I've heard it's not good.
I've heard it's not good too, which is why I've kind of not seen it. But
I mean, it's there. I could watch it anytime I want to, but
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of was all excited about it. And then about the time it came out, I'm like,
Same.
Maybe I'm just going to
same.
not watch
I haven't
it.
seen the new Suicide Squad either, and I've heard it's great.
I've heard that movie is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet either. I keep trying to get Tanya to watch it. Even tried to get her to watch it the other day on my birthday. And
Happy birthday.
thank you. But we didn't. We watched some other bullshit.
Paw Patrol or
Probably
something.
fucking Paw Patrol. Well, I don't get control of the remote when we're at home.
Paw
which I don't-
control.
It's not paw. I don't get paw control.
Henry
'Cause
loves
I
those
really don't
books,
care.
man. He's got like Paw Patrol books that he really loved, which is wild because like he watched the show a couple times.
Yeah.
And then he's like read all these books, and it's like, all right, that's better than watching the show.
Sure.
And he'd wear the Paw Patrol pajamas and stuff like that.
Oh
So,
yeah, shit. Cohen had Paw Patrol fucking everything.
Yeah.
For the
So
year
did Kenna.
two
Yeah.
of Cohen's life was Paw Patrol all we did was watch that shit.
It's pretty good, honestly.
Not
I mean,
a terrible show.
I mean,
it's the same episode
Sure.
every single time.
Right.
But who cares?
Right, yeah.
It's fun, and they're cute little dogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's fine.
PJ Masks, is he into that at all?
He did watch PJ Masks a little bit, but not as much.
Henry got into that too. There, you got a big book of PJ Masks stories that he liked.
Cohen got into the live action Nick shows like the
Harvey Danger and that
Harvey
shit,
Danger. He and Tanya watch that all the time. And iCarly, he likes the old iCarly episodes.
I was about to say, that's still on, huh?
Well, they run it.
Right.
Yeah, it's on
There's the new one.
the
right?
new one.
There's a new one?
They rebooted it, or they brought it back 10 years later.
I don't know anything about it, and I think honestly that's a good thing because not having a kid who grew up when that I feel like if I knew a lot about iCarly, that would be a bad look.
It's
It was
not
one of the.
bad.
It's that guy. One of his foot shows.
The foot guy, yeah.
They we watched that. We watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of it because we watched iCarly with Gage.
Yeah.
He was a young teenager when iCarly was or Miles. One of them was a young teenager.
I've got a
when
nephew
iCarly
who
was
watched
a
it,
thing.
so I remember
And
seeing an episode of it.
It was an all right show.
The girls like it. Yeah, they watched Victorious, iCarly,
Yeah.
Wizards of Waverly Place, or whatever. All that.
Yeah.
That era.
And then the reboot, I won't call it a reboot, it's just a continuation. Now she's an adult, and it's actually a pretty funny show. It's geared towards adults. She says ass at one point, which is oh my God.
Is this on Nickelodeon as well?
It's
or
on,
what?
well, it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
But it's Nickelodeon.
Man, I heard it all because
They own it.
Rugrats and all the Nicktoons and shit are on
It's all
Paramount.
on there. That's where I watched Avatar. But that was all right. But he gets into those live action shows. Drake and Josh, he loves that show.
That's an old one too.
They're
isn't
both
it?
in huge legal trouble now.
Right,
Or
Are
whatever.
they really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Well, Drake, I know
Yeah.
the kid that played Drake mistakenly texted a picture of his dick to a fan or something.
Yeah, underage.
I was about to say, how old was this fan?
But
Then the other
Yeah.
one was involved in some sort of sexual abuse or physical abuse.
Yeah, I don't
or
know
something.
about that. The Drake thing ended up though coming out that he got in a little bit of trouble, but the truth, she admitted to the court that she lied about her age. So he didn't know he was sending a picture of
Right.
his dick to a minor. That being said, just don't send pictures of your dick to people. Maybe unless they ask.
I don't know if she asked for it. It's kind of one
I
of
don't even-
those.
but it's
I get
Unless
it.
you know she's over 18 and she asked for it.
Yeah, you
Right.
need to get that
get them
consent
credentials.
form. Yeah,
Sign this form,
yeah.
and I'll send you
like that
pictures of my
Chappelle
dick.
bit.
But yeah, he likes that kind of the live action shows better than the cartoons anymore, which is weird because he's 4. Well, he'll be 5 in September, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I mean, kids they're all different.
yeah, whatever.
Right?
I'm down. Whatever he wants, I don't care. He
Can
watches.
this have been the show?
What?
Can this have been the show
Yeah, are we done?
for the last? Because this
Yeah.
this is good stuff.
No, I'm recording.
This
No,
is good
people
stuff.
legitimately love the Avatar talk.
Yeah.
I've heard a bunch of that. So if you guys want to talk about Avatar for an hour, I can go play a Game Boy or something.
No,
Come back. But for real, people like it. So positive feedback on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. We're recording this. This is the show. We're talking about fucking Bombuzal. Who gives a fuck? So
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, look,
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of TADPOG. On I play all games. We're enjoying talking and hanging out. So
Yeah.
here it is.
that's Tyler. That's Ian. I'm Dave.
You're
Hi.
you're hanging out with us too. It's fun. All right.
At some point, we're going to talk about Bombuzal. Maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
It's
I've gotta-
literally sorry to interrupt, but
No.
you can literally sum up Bombuzal in fucking 2 minutes.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. I mean,
There's a lot of nothing. For
There's
there
a
being
whole
nothing
lot of
to it,
nothing.
there's a lot of nothing. So many levels in this game.
I would have been pissed if I'd have bought it on cartridge form at full
Yeah.
price, and that's
Holy
what it
shit.
is.
Yeah.
That would have made me mad. But I didn't. I mean, the game is the game. It's just.
It's
puzzle.
not a bad
it's an okay game, I guess.
It's ugly as fuck, and it's hard to control.
I found it unplayable.
Oh my god, because it's an isometric.
controls.
It's an isometric platform puzzler essentially, where you're blowing. You have to blow up. There's bombs everywhere.
It would be a fine mobile game.
Sure.
It would be a
Especially
fine
if I could
99
tap.
cent mobile
Just
game.
tap
if I could
it,
tap
yeah.
where I want to go,
Tap
because
it
I
in.
kept tappy,
Yeah.
tap it in. I could not control the fucking thing.
No, it sucked.
I kept thinking I was going up, and I would hit left or something.
And you'd walk the opposite
And you'd
direction.
walk
into
Right,
the
you
opposite
walk right because you can
direction.
walk off the stage.
If I hadn't, and I've said this about the last 2 games we played, if I hadn't had fucking rewind controls on my Switch,
I was thinking about you because I remember you saying that on the last 2 episodes.
same fucking deal here,
Yeah.
because as many times as I accidentally walked off the side or I fucking stepped on an ice tile that spun me around into the fucking abyss.
Netherverse. Yeah.
I would have put that shit. I almost couldn't figure out how to play it.
Oh, I rage quit because I played it on my Retro Pi since I legally own this game and every other SNES
Oh,
game
yeah,
there
yeah.
is.
Of course.
So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
It's quite the mountain to climb.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
Yeah,
But I
I
keep
know.
it all in a very well air-conditioned, dry environment that no one
Hermetically
will,
sealed,
no
yeah.
one will ever see.
Yeah.
No one will ever
Yeah,
see.
We
no.
can't open the vault. It could corrupt the.
Right. They
Goods.
can turn
Yeah.
it into how your comics were. I'm never going to let that happen.
Can't
so
even
they're
show
sealed
you
away
the door.
forever.
Can't
No.
show you the door to the vault.
No.
I'm not going to tell anybody where it is.
No. Somebody
Yeah.
might try to steal your shit.
Exactly.
It's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't trust banks.
No.
I'm unbanked.
Fuck. All your SNES games are under your mattress. You gave it away, you fool.
I'm like that guy in Shit Town. I just buried gold over my property.
But I mean, I didn't understand it at first, and then when I figured it out,
Yeah.
if it hadn't been for the top-down
What part?
thing that stops the clock and lets you like kind of
The map. that lets you look.
surmise what you're gonna do, yeah. The map.
Did you know that in other versions of this game, you could play it that way?
See, I was hoping you could.
Me too.
I was like, oh boy, and then it went
Yeah.
back. I hit a button and it went back to the game. I'm like, fuck.
This
Yeah.
is the worst version of an already
an
game.
old game. This is from like 1988.
And it looks like it.
It
It
does.
looks like it.
I
You're
mean,
like a purple Mr. Potato Head.
or like a fucking Grimace fucked Dale from
Grimace.
Chip and Dale. I mean,
There, yeah.
Because I had good expectations for this game. I was like, this was like a nice little puzzle game I could sit down and play. It was unplayable. At least you had the rewind function on the Retro Pi. I didn't. So
Right.
it was just
Yeah.
constant death, just walking off the stage, moving where I didn't want to move. Like, 'cause it's precise. You have to move, set off a bomb, measure off your steps to make sure you don't set up another bomb. So you set
Right.
up all the
So
bombs
you're not
and you're
getting hit
left.
by one of the ones near you.
Right. 'Cause
Some
you
of the
know.
platforms will crumble after you walk across them, so you have to, sort of map out your route. Sounds fun,
Yeah.
just describing it for someone who likes puzzle games like I do.
Sure.
But literally unplayable.
I would have said there were a couple of levels. I played up through like level 17 or 18, I
Fucking
think.
good for you, man.
Oh, I didn't get past like 4. I couldn't. I kept walking off the stage.
Rewind, dude. That's the only reason I got as far as I did.
Ugh.
And there were a couple of stages that I thought were neat, that I thought were fun, that I could plot out the course and beat it, and I had, but it was weird to me because like, the goal of the game is there's all these little bombs, small, medium, and large bombs all over the course. It's a grid. There's spaces in between some of the squares you step on or whatever. And the thing that I didn't, so you try to blow up all the bombs.
Yeah, you have to blow up all the bombs.
And not die.
That's your goal. Yeah, blow them all up and don't die.
And it didn't, I guess I never really thought about the part, because like when you blow up a bomb, it blows up the tile that it sits on.
Right.
But the more tiles you have left after you've blown up all the bombs, that's bonus money. That's bonus points.
Right.
I always thought I got 10 levels into the fucking thing before I realized that the more you blow up, the less bonus points you get. Like I was thinking in the
Because you get
know
a
that.
tile bonus.
you would think it would be the opposite way, where you've not only blown up the bombs, but you've also blown up all but the tile
Yeah.
you're standing on, which would take a lot of skill.
Yep.
And that they would reward you more for fewer tiles being out. But I don't know how they would count that unless they had a starting set of points that would take away
That they
from however
subtract
many
from.
tiles you have. But I don't know. Like I said, there was a couple of levels that were all right. Took me forever to realize you can't move bombs unless they're on one
a
of those
track.
little tracks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Otherwise, you just bounce them
you
like
just
a
bounce 'em.
basketball.
They just
Yeah.
bounce. and then you set off the bomb, and if you set off a medium-sized bomb, it blows up like one tile around you in every direction.
Right.
So you can't be standing next to it when it blows
Right.
up. You can be standing next to one of the small bombs.
And a lot of it is figuring out how you can detonate chain reaction with a small bomb as your detonator.
And if you're standing within 2 tiles of a large bomb, you get killed.
You get killed, yeah. 3 tiles even.
There's
the large
3
bombs
tiles,
are fucking
yeah.
huge.
So you got to be, basically the point of the plot of the game is be as far away from large bombs as possible. And set off a little one that blows up another little one that blows up a medium one that blows up a big one, and then so on and so forth.
And be far away.
And be far away.
And be far away, yeah.
Yeah, and if you step on an ice tile, it slides you to the next tile over. And that can also happen if you step on a series of ice tiles that go off the edge of the map, you'll go off the edge of the map.
Yeah. Like communism, this game looks good on paper.
Yeah.
But in practice, fuck. Like, this is a bottom tier. This is a bottom 10 game for me because I literally found it.
Wow.
I could not play it.
I get it.
I
dude.
could not. The controls were so bad and so obtuse and fucked up. I could not play this
I
game.
get it.
And I wanted to. I wanted to so badly.
In the game's defense, at least, I feel like the controls are very accurate. It's just they are obtuse. Like, I mean, there was never an instance where it's like, what the fuck? I hit right. It's always like, oh yeah, I did hit right, and that's why I went up and fell off the map. Yeah, but like they know it's a problem because in the instruction manual they're like, try turning the controller 45 degrees.
See, and that's fucking stupid. That's stupid.
If you
That's the way it is.
do that, then you're
If you have to do that, you've already fucked up.
detach the left controller from your Switch and hold it at a 45-degree angle. Now it makes sense,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah,
you tilt it
fucked
the
up.
other direction.
You fucked up.
Yeah, they did fuck up. I think they fucked up. They easily could have like recovered by letting you play in the 2D mode. That's an option on the Commodore 64
Yep.
and the Amiga. It's like you choose 3D, which is the isometric, or 2D, which is straight from camera looking down.
This game should not have been isometric 3D, whatever, at all. It should have been top-down 2D from the go. And I think it would have been a better game.
Yep.
Did you guys know that this game was the first, or I believe it was the first, according to Hardcore Gaming 101, the first Super Famicom third-party game to be released?
No.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Because it looks. Although I did write down in its day what all the gaming magazines gave it
Okay.
when it first came out.
Yeah.
Now, also, one other thing,
Yeah.
to be fair, this game was an afterthought. This game was made as a time waster by the developers of some other game. I can't remember. It was in that article you sent me earlier. These guys just made this thing in their free time. So, for what it's worth, that,
But my
Why
other
was it
comparison to
ported
that
to
is Link's
1,000
Awakening.
systems?
So
That is very true. Yeah, Link's
Yeah.
Awakening is a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned.
So GamePro.
Yeah.
Let me start the other end.
Now
Okay.
these are the Super. Is this the Super Nintendo version we're talking about?
The Super
Okay.
Nintendo version.
Okay.
So Nintendo Power gave this game a 2.8 out of 5.
Nintendo Power.
Nintendo Power.
I'm surprised.
Which I think that's too high.
You think that's too high?
That's too high.
But
I'm more in EGM's camp. So EGM gave it a 3.5 out of 10.
yeah.
But then you got the other side of the spectrum. GamePro gives us a 4 out of 5. GamePro fucking loved the shit out of this
Yeah,
game.
GamePro got some pound sterling, I think, for their
Yeah.
review.
But because Bombuzal that's the Japanese title, and then it came over here as Kabluey.
It's known as Bombuzal. It's a European game. It was made in England, and yeah. So when it was ported for the Super Famicom, they kept the name, and then I tried to look up why they changed the name. I have no idea. I have no idea why they changed the name. When it came out here, yes, it was Kabluey. And there are, so like, I've heard, and I don't know which is on the Switch version. I don't know which version the Switch is. I assumed it would be the Super Famicom because it's called Bombuzal. on the Switch. I played Kabluey, and Kabluey is like, from what I read, Kabluey is way worse than Bombuzal. Yeah. And I mean, when I looked at screenshots, I'm like, because I didn't play the other version, but when I looked at screenshots, I was like, oh, it looks like the same game. So on the Switch, what's the music sound like?
Oh, I don't know. I played it with the sound off.
Yeah, I should have.
I didn't have any.
You didn't have any
I don't know
music?
why I couldn't get any.
Damn, I
I've
thought
got my
about,
Switch out there. I can go get it and fire it up. and
please,
listen to
God, don't
music.
subject yourself to more of this game.
Because I've heard it's like bad music.
Holy shit. No, I mean, it's like they had so in the beginning, like every time you start a level, you hear this like digitized voice say, get ready. And it's like, okay, I'm getting ready. I'm going to play. And then like this music starts. So it's like, ding, 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 and then like, get ready gets thrown. It's like that's the only sample they've got. So it's like, and then they start scratching it, and it's just unbearable because it's like get ready, 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 ready. And the first time I was like, the game is fucking broken.
There's something wrong.
There's something wrong with the game. And then it looped back around, and I was like, no, this is intentional.
Oh,
this
God.
is what they meant to do. It's
I'm glad I left the sound. I don't know what it sounds
It's the
like.
worst. And chat helped me out because there was someone in there, Jesus the Frog, who was like, no, that's how it is. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, is it broken? Do I have like a bad physical copy of this game? And it's like,
You
no,
could
that's just how
blow
it
in it a
is.
little harder.
Right. It's bad. Because like he was like, yeah, just turn the sound off.
Well, and you don't
Man.
need the sound. It's not. There's nothing helpful about it.
So you want to play this game, turn your controller on the side and turn the music off and have a rewind function just in case.
And you might have an okay time.
Oh my God.
I don't like games like this. I think are fine if I can just do it, not stream it. I fucking hate streaming games like this because it's just straight up like, first of all, like I struggle and that's fine, but it's not the fun kind of struggle where it's like Jungle Book, where it's like,
You're tied to
where'd
the
the
bed.
vine go, you know? And like everyone, but this is just like, oh, you're just bad at this.
You're just dumb, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's pretty much what it boils down to.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, it's a game I could see myself chilling to by myself, like playing it. I could get into this. I could get into this. I don't want to put the time into it because there are also like 150 fucking levels. Like, I mean, there's so many goddamn fucking levels that it's just,
There's better things you could be doing to chill and pass your time than play this fucking game.
Yeah.
Play Tetris.
yeah.
Just play Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Do
man,
anything else that's not.
Donkey Kong 94,
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just,
like
this is just not. It's not a good game.
Adventures of Lolo. I mean, like, yeah, there are a bunch of like different
Yep.
puzzle games. That I think are,
There is nothing more to be said about it. Honestly, it's just bad. It's just not worth it.
yeah, it's not good.
And
It's not good.
They're making the future of the Nintendo online library for the SNES bleak if this is the fare that they're going to be tossing.
Still
our
so
way.
weird that this was the 3 games that
Yeah.
they chose to do.
Well, in hindsight, given how sort of awful this game was, the other two
it's the
make
worst
sense.
of the 3.
The other
Yeah.
two make sense compared to this.
I was gonna ask you guys, like, so now that we played all 3 of the new Super Nintendo game release on Switch Online, what's the hierarchy? What's the ranking here?
For me, it would be Jelly Boy, Claymates, and Bamboozle or Bombuzal.
Bombuzal,
Yeah.
bottom tier. Tyler, I'm assuming that you're probably.
Claymates, Jelly Boy,
Yeah.
Bombuzled.
Man, it's so fucking hard to choose between Claymates and Jelly Boy because like Claymates looks
That's
like
a fun
ass.
sentence.
Yeah,
Probably never been said by anybody.
Claymates looks like ass, and the level design's so bad. But like,
And then they had like ads in Nintendo Power where it was like they made a spoof off of how Claymate sounds like Playmates, and it's a spread of the fucking cat.
Oh, no, I didn't
laid
see that one.
That's
Oh,
what I
no.
saw online today.
that's funny. No, I don't know, man, because it's like you've got that on one hand, and on the other hand, you've got Jelly Boy, which is like honestly pretty well designed as far as levels go. But I mean, it's like, fucking, you kidding me? I got to find a puzzle piece in every fucking level and then find a key.
That feels like Japanese rental panic.
See,
100% to me,
man.
and they ruined it.
Man,
That again, I forgot about that. I blocked it out of my memory. I don't know if that would make me like it less than Claymates, but I mean, I guess after a while you just get good enough at Jelly Boy to where you,
I guess
maybe it doesn't matter. But that is a lot to throw at somebody.
I think the point is that that you shouldn't play
our
any of these games.
Fucking Princess.
We played them so you don't have to.
Yeah, they're not good.
Go watch Avatar and Full Metal Alchemist.
I know they're free, but I mean, don't.
Yeah, they're not even worth that. There's better stuff you can get for free.
Well, and what's fucked up is this is the most time I've spent playing games from the SNES library.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, I've got all those others, but I end up playing other things.
Okay, let's redo Chrono Trigger then, so you can play that.
Is that in there?
On the Switch Online? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think they got any of the Square stuff because Square is still around and wants to resell those games.
Yeah.
But there are some good ones
some good
on
shit
there.
on there. All the Zelda games are on there, like the
Super Punch Out's on there.
Super Punch Out. I'd have to look at the list. Joe and Mac.
Yeah, we haven't done Joe and Mac yet. Yeah, Joe and Mac 2 we've done an episode on, but Joe and Mac 1.
We need to do Joe and Mac.
And I'm really looking forward to doing an episode on Joe and Mac.
Well, when you
like,
do,
spoilers, that's a good ass video game.
You want to do a good palate cleanser after these three and do Joe and Mac next?
Yeah. How about yeah?
Let's do that, and then we'll do our Mean Girls research mystery episode.
I've actually been working on that too.
Perfect.
Good.
I watched Mean Girls the other day.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna do Joe and Mac next week, I'll play it.
Nice.
I've got the thing, so
It's
I'll play
good. So good.
it. Yeah, I've got a couple other things I was gonna bring up.
Please.
Today, but I mean, I want to derail just getting through the talk about Bombuzal.
Well, I feel like we're probably pretty much almost done with that. It was developed by ImageWorks. Kimco published it for the Super Famicom.
Is this the only game ImageWorks did? Like they
they didn't do many.
Yeah, something like they published 40, but maybe they made like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, Wikipedia has 4 listed: Cadaver, Speedball, Bombuzal, and Xenon 2 Mega Blast. They were founded in 1988, defunct in 1992. They're a British video game. They were a British video game publisher. So, yeah. Kimco, on the other hand, Kimco did a whole bunch of stuff for like the Super Famicom, and we played some Kimco games on the list.
It sounds familiar.
And it's like those are also none are really honestly standing out at the moment as like, yeah, that was a gem.
But we tag it so we could search by Kimco and see.
That is true.
And that thing that we do that I don't know how many people capitalize on, so that you could search for anything. Just like you want to know what episodes are not Super Nintendo, but not IGN's list. You can search by that.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like
You want to search by Ian, get all Ian's episodes. You can do that.
that gets kind of nebulous at times, so it's not always like 100% accurate.
So let's do Tadpog Kimco.
I'll do Wikipedia, Kimco. We'll see what we get.
Super Turrican 2.
That is right. Yeah.
Adventures of Batman and Robin. No,
That was good.
I'm going back through. It just put me to Super Turrican 2, and then now I'm scrolling back down through. So now it's just going through our first 10 episodes.
Okay. There's a lot. There are a lot. A lot of games for the NES. SNES Top Gear, which I think is and Top Gear 2. I liked those. I don't think we've done Top Gear 1.
Stunt Race FX, is that one?
I think Stunt Race FX was Nintendo. I think Argonaut helped with that. I'm not positive. Kid Clown and Crazy Chase. Top Gear 3000. Prehistoric Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those aren't too bad.
No, they're not.
Those aren't too bad. Bombuzal's definitely way worse than any of those games that I just listed.
Yeah, those are top 100 as in IGN's games.
Way, way, way worse. Draken, which I haven't played, but I've heard is not good.
Yep.
I don't
heard
know.
That's pretty awful.
Lagoon, they did for the SNES, or at least published, I should say. They didn't develop them. Phalanx, which is known by its box art only, pretty much. The dude playing the banjo.
Yep, in space.
The Blues Brothers.
Oh, all right.
Yikes.
Yeah, you ready for that one?
Yeah, no. A game called First Samurai, which sounds cooler than it is, I bet.
I'm sure.
It says that's one of the games they're remembered for.
It's First Samurai?
That and Xenon 2.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, First Samurai, come up, bring it on. I'm ready. Super Troll Islands, which I've actually heard is not bad. I've seen a stream of it. It looked okay.
Yeah.
They're an offshoot of MirrorSoft.
So, yeah, we've got some things on here.
MirrorSoft did some Tetris versions in 1988.
I don't recommend it. I think it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Two veteran computer programmers approached ImageWorks with a fresh new puzzle game they had whipped up in their spare time, and it was published for the Commodore 64.
Why did they make him so ugly?
He has no appeal whatsoever.
He looks like the remember that Bump in the Night
Yeah,
claymation?
I do.
He looks sort of like Bump.
A little bit, but like with
but blue and
less charisma.
Yeah,
I mean, really, he looks.
he got hit with charisma drain and then colored blue.
Yeah, he is the doofiest looking fucking doofus that ever fucking doofed, because like he does look like, I know Blue Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head was mentioned. Totally, yes. But God damn, man, like,
apparently a lot of people liked it because it was so ugly it's cute.
No.
Like the game in general. Critically acclaimed by a number of publications, including Zap and Ace. And it was popular enough for Japanese developer Kimco to take notice and make their debut on the Super Famicom with it.
can you name a more British title for a magazine than Ace?
Or Zap. That's with two Z's and an exclamation.
Boat
Zap.
race. It's
Thank
all
you.
about modeling.
Thank you. That was a setup for Boat Race,
Boat
and I'm
Race.
glad that you took that.
And then it went to the Amiga, and then Commodore 64, and then they just kept porting this thing.
Well, I mean, when you got a good thing,
When you gotta
Or when
thing
you
people will
think you've
accept.
got a good thing. All the images here are from the Commodore 64, which I had. I had one.
you had
of
a
those.
C64? Nice, man. I'm a little jealous.
The only game I ever played on it was this murder mystery game, like you were a detective, but it came with a book, and it had like pictures and stuff, and clues were hidden in the pictures.
Nice.
But you had this little red gel, like a
I
little.
know what you're talking about. Like a
you-
little ruby lith, kind of
Yeah,
like
and you
transparent.
put it over
yeah.
the picture when the game tells you to,
Uh-huh.
and stuff. It was pretty neat. It was
That sounds
it was
rad.
on 5 1/4-inch floppies.
Yeah,
See, kids,
that's the good shit.
but I never played this game on that.
My dad would come home with those and be like, "Here are games I got from work."
Yeah, yeah. Played one. Used to play one called.
I guess that's better than the grocery store. I'll take them.
Yeah,
Janitor Joe. I played a game called Janitor Joe. It was like a little platformer, but it was like he was like a stick figure.
yeah.
Yeah.
The worst
So
thing.
Janitor Joe next week then instead of doing Mac.
I don't even know. God, somebody's probably
Is that a movie tie-in?
for Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
Oh man, nice. The best and worst thing about games from that era that like came home on huge floppy disks was that a lot of them were free for various different reasons, whether they were shareware or just fucking pirated. But the worst thing about it was there are so many of those games that I played as a kid that are just like, I cannot identify as an adult because it's like, well, it's a clone of Berserk. Let me
yeah.
go through the list of 50 that are documented.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I used to subscribe to a magazine. Well, a buddy of mine did, and it was each month it was code. And
Nice,
you
yeah.
You type the code
Yeah,
in from
man.
the magazine, and then you would have your game.
321 Contact did that for like a minute. Like the magazine would have
Oh, yeah.
they'd have a column monthly where it's like, here's code for basic.
Yeah.
type this shit into BASIC, and you got a game, and that was a lot of fun.
Part of the reason I learned to type as well as I did.
Yeah.
Was because, man, it took a long time to get
Yeah,
through
no
those.
shit.
It was like 20 pages of just nothing but code.
Yeah.
You fucking miss one character. And it doesn't work, and you got to go back and debug. That's why I didn't become a programmer. I'm like, nope, fuck that. I am not going to spend my adult life debugging.
Yeah.
But I'm a tech support guy, so maybe I did do that. I'll tell you about a game that I played
Please.
recently.
Oh man, I'll tell you about a game I played recently too.
I'll do it too.
Great. This will be a fun bit called "What Have You Been Playing?"
Love it. We should do that more often.
Have you ever been like very satisfied but simultaneously disappointed in a game?
Like when a game's really good and it's over, and you're like, I wish there was more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been there.
I picked up Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud.
Turnip Boy Commits Tax
You
Fraud.
heard of this thing?
Sounds like a call ball game, to be honest.
It does sound like a Lord Kyle game. No, I haven't.
It's an adventure game. It's very reminiscent of Zelda.
Okay.
In its gameplay style. It's an indie game.
Dude, I think I saw this on the Nindies like a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Is it new?
I think it's pretty new. It's fairly new anyway.
It's got like a cartoony kind of like art direction, right?
Recently came out on the Switch.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a few months but I had never heard of it. And
I
so I
forgot
picked
the
this
name
thing
of it.
up. I had some credit on the eShop. I picked it up. I ended up paying like $5 for it. You're this turnip, and the first thing it does is basically you get a bill for your house for your unpaid taxes, and it's from the mayor, who is an onion. And
Lines up. Makes sense.
and so you're now indentured to him to run errands and do stuff for him. He's got this master plan, and he's like, well, I'm taking your house, and you have to work off your debt. And the whole point, there's like a few things you do. You collect hats throughout the course
So
of
it's
the
like
game.
Team Fortress 2.
Different hats that do nothing except just make you look different. One of the hats has a DLC written on it.
Nice.
You know, like a truck. It's a trucker's hat with DLC on it.
Little 30 Rock.
Lots of stuff in the game that like shouts out to memes. Like at one point you run into this dude called Macaroni Boy, and he goes off. All he does is go off on that speech. Listen here, you little shit. I'm in the military. You remember, that thing?
Oh, the
Yeah.
big copy pasta.
Yeah,
where-
yeah. You have to hit your button 100 times to get through it.
Oh, God.
Because it's the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But they've rewritten it in terms of the macaroni guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen here, you little shit.
But you go through and you find hearts that increase your life, and you get into boss battles, and the dungeons are just different levels of the game, and you end up having to fight a boss battle, and you're going to find out, like at one point you go through the forest, and there's all this toxic waste everywhere, and these acorns are like, what am I? So like the acorn
Like
fell
you're
out of
tripping or what?
Well, the acorn fell out of the tree into some toxic waste and then became sentient.
Gotcha.
And that's apparently what happened with all of these things. That this
Like the
toxic,
turnip included.
yeah, everybody was a vegetable or a fucking, a turnip or a acorn or a beet, and they became sentient and formed a society. And anyway, you're going through and you tear up documents. So when the Mayor Onion gives you your tax bill, your option is to rip it up or read it. And when you read it, it just shows the text on the screen, so you just tear it up. So you have so many, like this one point, a blueberry asks you to take a love letter to a strawberry, or to go give this to the strawberry, and then the strawberry gives you a love letter, and you tear it up.
Like you don't
don't
have the
deliver it.
option to whether you don't have the option. You just tear it up.
And then you talk to the strawberry again, and it goes like, that was rude. There's no consequences to tearing things up. You actually have to progress in the game.
Gotcha.
There's X amount of documents to tear up. And then You go on all these, get these hats, and you get all the hearts. And so anyway, it's a fun little game, and it's funny, and I really enjoyed it. I beat that game in one day.
I was about to ask how long it was.
One fucking day. Less than 24 hours from start to finish. Because it's easy. It's not a hard game.
It's easy breezy.
It pretty
girl?
much is. But it was fun, and I wanted it to be more involved.
Yeah.
It's challenging in places. Some of the boss fights are challenging, and you get all these different moves. Like you can pick up. So like you get a watering can, and then you
Like in Super Alfred Chicken.
water a little patch, and it grows into a square watermelon. And then you would push that watermelon into a hole in the floor so that you can cross that hole.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And then there's a hazmat suit that you get that makes you fireproof. And when you're fireproof, you still catch on fire, but you don't get hurt. But if you run into like a wooden box while you're on fire, the box burns and gets out of your way. Or you can bump into somebody else while you're on fire, and they'll catch on fire.
Cool.
It was fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a short game though, because
I know you said you beat it in a day. Like, if you were to put like an hour amount on it, what do you think? Is this like a 5-hour experience, or?
I'd say 6.
I'm down for that. That sounds pretty great.
It's quick and it's fun.
Great.
It's easy to 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's only 3 things you really have to do to 100% the game as far as the collectathon, and it's pretty easy to come by. It's collecting all the hats, of which there are like probably 15. Then you got to get all the hearts, which are, you get one for beating a boss, and certain tasks that you perform for NPCs, when you go back to them after you've done the task, they'll give you a heart. And there's only, I want to say 10 hearts. And then tearing up all the documents. And at one point, if you've managed to get to the point, because there's the boss fight, and then there's the second boss fight at the end. If you haven't gotten all the documents ripped, you can't go to the final boss. But there's this little cat in a cave that gives you hints as to where you might have forgotten to pick up a document.
Okay.
But I didn't even need that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy to follow. Fun little game. I recommend it.
Cool. It looks cool. The art style's cool.
Yeah. Give it a shot. Play it. You might dig it. And it's very Zelda-esque. I mean, it's just the same. It's very similar to the original.
As far as the gameplay
Legend of
goes.
Zelda, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the attack, like you get a what's called a soil sword right at the beginning of the game. It doesn't like decay or have limitations except that it's weak. So you can hit. You might have to hit some things twice.
Yeah.
And the way you attack is kind of awkward, because it seems like there's a little bit of a lag between the time where you press the button and the sword actually hits.
Gotcha.
But I didn't find it to be troublesome enough to be a problem. You get used to it really quickly. And then at some point you upgrade from that to a fork or something, which hits harder, obviously. That's the master sword of the
fork is?
I
guess it makes sense because you eat all those vegetables with a fork.
Yeah, there you go. But and it's witty. It's fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It just didn't take hardly any time at all. It'd be a good one for you to stream if you ever wanted to just find something random to stream. I would do that one.
I have thought about doing when I was streaming a lot more than I am currently. I was thinking about doing a night where it's like I have $5 and 3 hours to spend the $5 on games on the Switch eStore.
I like that idea a lot.
So if anybody uses that idea, you owe me
$5.
$5. Yeah, every time you do it.
That's pretty good.
But I wanted to do that. I thought it'd be kind of like a fun, like interactive thing where like people could even vote. Where it's like, here are the choices. What are we spending the $5 on?
Now that game is on it's on Steam. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's out everywhere.
Yeah.
On Nintendo eShop retail, I think it's like $14.
Is it worth $14?
I was prepared to pay it. But I had like $3 or $4 of eShop
coins or whatever.
From buying other games. So I said it was $5. It was more like $10 for me, and I think it was definitely worth $10.
Okay. Cool.
Hell, and it's one of those things. One of the neat things about it it does have an option to turn on a speedrun timer. So if that's your thing, you could
That's cool.
play through the game, turn on your speedrun timer, see how fast you can beat it now that you've gone through it. And I bet it would be a fun one to do a speedrun of, just simply because it's not terribly difficult. I think I could go through it again fairly quickly right now.
Right.
If I sat
With
down
it
and
fresh
played
in your
it
mind and
again.
everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's worth it.
Cool.
If you could find it for $5 somewhere, get it there. I
Yeah.
mean, that's all I've got is the Switch.
Right.
But yeah,
Cool.
definitely pick it up. Give it a run through, because it's a good game.
I was hoping to hear some news on Shredder's Revenge on the most recent Nintendo's, like the Nindies showcase. No such luck. Yeah. So I don't know. And I know .emu, I don't know how to pronounce their name, but like they did like Streets of Rage 4. They've done a bunch of cool shit. They were recently acquired, and they are developing Shredder's Revenge. So it's like, I don't know what that means for the game. I mean, surely it's still going to happen. But I
hope
mean,
so.
it's like, you get the Turtles license, you're fucking using that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but still, it's like, man, on one hand, it's like I really want to just give me a date, and if you don't hit that date, it's fine. I need a date.
Yeah.
Give me a quarter, like just something like, just
Give me a year. Give me a decade.
give me a sign that it's like, yeah, don't worry, this game we're still working on this. Don't worry.
What's your guys' games that?
You've been playing Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight,
yeah.
man. I've got about 40 hours into it now.
Damn.
'Cause I'm just trying to get everything, because it's really fun. So
Yeah,
I'm really
I've heard
enjoying
it's great.
going through and searching. And now that I've actually like got all my shit, and now it's fully opened up, and
Like
I can
all the
go
items to
everywhere.
progress and-
yeah.
I had Hollow Knight on my Xbox, but I didn't play it. I got into other things and I didn't play it. I've been thinking about picking it up on the Switch.
It's very good. Like because I picked it up because I heard good things. It sat in my Steam library for a long time,
Yeah.
and then after I was kind of pretty much done with Hades, which I imagine I'll pick it back up again. But once I was done with Hades, and then that Valhalla didn't hold my attention quite as much as I'd hoped. I was like, what's a random thing? Well, I'll give Hollow Knight a shot. Fuck, it's good.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's good.
Yeah, I've heard
man.
really, really, really good things about it.
Yeah, I've been
So
putting
it's got a good
off.
creepy story and aesthetic and art style.
Yeah,
And
the art style's on point for
Is
sure.
it hard?
Yes.
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like hard games all the time.
It's certainly I'm not that kind of gamer either. I think it's
Is it reasonably hard?
reasonably hard.
Okay.
Like if I have to do something more than 5 or 6 times, I'm going to put it down. I don't have time for that. But now there hasn't been anything I can't beat after trying it 5 or 6 times.
Because sometimes you get into those games where they're just trying to hurt you physically. Like they're trying to make you stroke out because
Yeah.
there's too much stuff flying at you. And there's just like, how do you, I watch
They're
demo
playing that
of
Pokemon
somebody.
episode.
Yeah.
Every time you fail, watch this.
It just, sometimes it's a little much, but that's been it's on my wish list on the Switch. I'm waiting
worth
for
it.
it to go on sale again because it'll go on sale periodically. I'm waiting for that
When
to
it goes
happen.
on sale, I say pick it up, and you've got a very good game to put a reasonable amount of time into.
Cool. Because like Hades was that game
Oh, fuck yes.
for me. I played a fucking lot of that game.
I put 200 hours into Hades. So
but then
fuck
I
yeah.
put it down, and I haven't gotten back into it, and I kind of don't want to now. Like I just don't want to get back into Hades
Yeah.
because it was a good game.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it was a
I am done
fucking
with it, but
phenomenal
it was a
game.
great
But
game.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think I'm out.
once I got I didn't get that 32 heat trophy, but I got everything else.
Yeah.
See, I got
So I think
tired
I'm
of
alright.
the heat trophy. I got tired of the heat thing.
Yep.
Like it's like
I did
I
too.
understand the point, and
It's
up
cool.
To a certain,
It's a cool mechanic.
Up to a certain level, I actually liked having a little heat. But
Right.
Once it got to the point of to progress, I've got to have like 17 heat.
You've got to
or-
really cripple yourself.
It's like
yeah.
I just don't want to. And I will admit, I'm one of those guys that played on God mode. At one point, I think I'm up to the full 80% damage resistance. Just because I like playing the
Whatever's
fucking game.
fun. Yeah.
But the heat just took away from it for me because then it got to the point where they were throwing so much shit at me at any given point, the Switch just could not handle it. It would get slow because there's too much moving around on that in that little system. But I mean, I don't have any. Obviously, it was a phenomenal game, and I will definitely always say that. But I had to just stop. It got a little too.
I got my fill, which was way. I mean, that game had legs for me. I played that game for a long time.
Me too, and I mean, I fell way short of the collectible thing than even you because.
Yeah, because farming was fun. Just putting Poseidon's his gift on, so I'd always get Poseidon spawns, and then just farming shit was just fun.
And mixing up boons and all that. I mean, that I rarely care enough to think about, okay, now how would this one work with this and this?
Yeah.
But I did do that.
It's
with
really fun in
Hades.
that game.
Yeah.
It's really fun to do in that game.
You can really come up with some amazing combinations in there.
Yeah, and the personalities too really help with that too. I feel like it's like not like Diablo where it's like pick one of these abilities for your skill tree. It's like have a conversation with these people and then choose which one you want. Essentially, it's neat.
I liked getting the ones from the underground. What's the underground? You would go into the hole and then you'd be underground.
Oh, Chaos.
I liked getting those boons a lot.
Yeah.
Because even though you take a hit for the next few rooms,
it's an investment.
Usually the benefit outweighs
Especially
the
if you
risk.
pay for to open them up so you can get 3 or 4. Like, fuck you'll smash shit.
But Hollow Knight.
Because you start off pretty weak. So the first thing I did was try to get upgrades to your nail because it's all bug people and their society has collapsed and you're trying to figure out what happened and what you can do to help and what you need to bring it back.
They bring up Amazon like every 5 minutes. I don't know. It's weird.
Because you start off with one old bug in a city who's like, yep, see that well over there? It goes underground. Everybody went there. Nobody comes back. Sucks. You're probably going to go down there, aren't you? Well, you're stupid. So then you go down there and you find plenty of other bugs who have gone down to try to make their fortune, figure out what happened. You see some bugs, like there was one I went down you could talk to, and then when I came back halfway through the game, she'd gone insane and she attacks you and you have to kill her and all that kind of stuff. And you try to, there's some form of insanity. You can see the bugs who have orange eyes. That's whatever it is, whatever the infection is, because you find the remains of their amazing capital city, and you don't know what happened to the king or who he was. He was always hidden away, and I mean, it's just all these other different types of bugs and their weapons and their fighting styles, and you go around and find nail masters who teach you special moves, and you find ore to make your nail stronger. And
that's your sword, essentially, as a nail?
As a nail,
yeah.
So it's just, man, it's cool. And you find masks, because you have a soul meter that's your magic whenever you kill other bugs, or you find these batteries that you can hit and get more soul, and that's your magic system. And I'm trying to think, and then you get more masks for more health, but it's pretty difficult. I don't think it's not crushing, but it's challenging.
Okay.
But worth it. A very good Metroidvania.
I'll put it on it's on my list. I'll pick it up.
But I've heard multiple people say they didn't like the end. There's
really?
like a really, really difficult Deus Ex Machina to get the good, true ending. Both Josh and Jacob have sent me messages like, man, it's so fucking good, but I fucking hated the end. So I'm not looking forward to that. But
they didn't like that they had to do that difficult thing, or they don't like that
it's so hard in order to keep going. Like Josh said, like you'll fight like a boss who's so fucking hard, and you'll do it over and over and over again. By the time you manage to meet him, fuck yes, okay. Oh nope, here's another bigger, worse boss who just, they said it's so like what Jacob told me he played it for like, he's like, those kind of games aren't my thing. It took me 3 hours of just constant in there trying to beat it, to be able to beat it. He's like, that part did suck, but the rest of Hollow Knight, yeah, dude, fuck yeah. It's great. So like, and Josh said, it's so hard, you have to play the first boss perfectly if you're going to stand a chance.
To have a chance,
The second boss. and he hated it too. So I'm not looking forward to that. I make sure I get absolutely everything before I go into.
Are there
something
levels
like
in
that.
it, or like is it level based? Like, do you progress, or is it all just items that you collect?
Items and getting more health and upgrades to your equipment.
Okay.
Because you definitely want to get there are 4 different upgrades to the nail. You want to get your strongest version of your spell. You get charms. There are 40 charms in the game that you can mix those to different effects and different things that happen. You fight a dung beetle, and the dung beetle, when you beat him, he gets the defender's charm, which you have shit fumes all over you, so that deals damage to any enemy that gets close to you. And
it's like an aura kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's another
Sounds like boons.
Sorta, and then you can mix them to certain effects, and you find more charm notches throughout the game, so you can equip more and more expensive ones
More
and mix
materia
the combos.
slots.
Exactly, because then you get charms that make your range of your nail is longer, or it swings faster,
Cool.
or there's one I'm in the big capital city, which is it's constantly raining. All the guards in there are insane and attack you on sight, and you're trying to get through to figure out what would happen. And I find a random key in there, and I go down, and then while I'm walking across past the fountain, I see a hole. Oh, you can put the simple key in here. So I do it, and the sewer system pops open. So I jump in the sewer system, and then that's all sorts of fucked up shit in the sewer system. That's where you find the dung beetle. That's where you go through and you find more of the insane sort of bugs that be insane naturally. But I went down there, I couldn't find out what else to do, so I went exploring, and I found a giant fluke worm, massive fluke. You kill and you get the fluke charm, and that lets you, as a magic, you throw worms that attack your enemies. Well, if you're wearing the shit charm and then throw flukes, it's a giant nasty shit fluke that comes out.
Oh, damn.
Or all sorts of
Cool.
cool
So they
shit.
interact with one another like that.
Yep.
That's neat.
And you can stack different effects, and so yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
I need to check it out. It's been on my list, but I'm also I get a little Metroidvania'd out. Although I've heard the combat in it is excellent.
It is. It really is.
And that is usually a tipping point for me on games like that, where it's if the combat's really good, I'm more apt to play it.
Yeah, you swing your sword in any direction, and sometimes you have to use it to progress. For a long time, you can't go across pools of acid, but there are these enemies with shells that will. Well, if you jump on the shell, you're going to get hurt. So you have to time your downward strike to bounce as
DuckTales
it
style.
walks as it walks across, and then you don't get double jump for a while, and you get this dash, and you're trying to figure out how to get through all these thorns, and very wide variety of how enemies and bosses interact. So the combat is top notch.
Cool. I think it's on Game Pass because it's I think that's how Jacob played it. Because I remember when he was mentioning it to me, I was like, yeah, I've been meaning to play that one. And I just haven't.
Yeah, it's very good. After this, I'm thinking about keeping going because I know I always wanted to play Celeste. I bought that and haven't done it yet.
I've heard Celeste is very good. I've watched
I might pick up
speedruns of Celeste, and I've never played it.
That's what I'm thinking I'll do next.
Cool, man. I've played a bunch of games this week. There's this Diablo cyberpunk kind of blend called The Ascent. That really has some promise, but it's fucking glitchy as shit right now. I was playing with my sister and my brother-in-law, and man, when we got to play, it was a lot of fun, but the time that we got to play versus the time where it's all right, it loaded 2 of us in the game, but not one. Fucking let's restart it, and then we'd restart it, and then it takes forever to load. We get back in. It's okay, we'd be fine. And then something would happen where one of us would glitch out. It's all right, everybody turn the game off, turn it back on, and get back in. So it was fun. We're going to get back into it when it's patched, I guess. But because the aesthetic was really cool. It was a cyberpunk setting for Diablo, essentially. And it's so yeah, it was neat. If you it's a twin stick shooter kind of deal, they do the way they do console Diablo games. I thought it was a lot of fun, but yeah, man, we couldn't even get past the second area, and we tried for 3 hours, and it was just this is a wash.
Yeah.
And then the Whisker Squadron beta was released and for backers. and I played that. And I really liked it. It's like
that makes me happy that it was like it fucking sucks. Like
it didn't fucking suck. They are definitely going for that Star Fox vibe. And they're nailing it. Yeah,
I remember this.
Sorry,
now.
I should say what it is. It's Whisker Squadron. It's like a procedurally generated Star Fox, but instead of your cats. Instead of a fox and a rabbit and a toad, and it was really
and a wolf and a pig and a panther,
right? A panther, right? Lest we forget. It's really cool. I will say that I do wish it were more randomized than it is. I was hoping there was going to be more of that, and maybe there will be in the final version. But from the way that I saw it, I mean, there are certain things throughout the level that are randomized. But it's like you get to the end and it's like you fight one boss or another boss. So I do wish there was more to it than that. And like I said, maybe there will be. The thing that really threw me off and the thing that's kind of like making me on the fence about it on the whole is at least I was not able to find a way to control your speed. So like that felt like very un-Star Fox because it's like, it's just a constant speed. There's no speeding up. There's no slowing down.
That's critical.
And that felt weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's critical because I still like enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But in order for it to feel like a Star Fox game, it's critical. So I don't know. And I looked online, and because it's a closed beta, like I didn't find anything. I'm trying all the buttons on the controller, right? Like, does any of this slow me down? It didn't. So, and I don't know if it's because there is 2-player shared screen co-op. So I don't know if that is like in order for them to do that, they have to make it so that you're at the same speed, so that one person doesn't break the whole time, and the other person accelerate the whole time, and now you're like so far apart that it's impossible to be on the same screen.
That makes sense.
If they did it for that, I think that's a bad decision. Because it's like, I get it, like couch co-op for like a Star Fox game, yes, plus. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, man. I want to be able to slow down and speed up. That'd be nice. But there's a lot to it. I was surprised, and I'm excited for it to be fully released. And then I played. The thing I loved the most was Back 4 Blood. The Back 4 Blood closed beta. That was a lot of fun. That is essentially Left 4 Dead 3. I don't know if you guys have played any of the Left 4 Dead games.
I've seen them, but I haven't played them.
Man, I love those games. Nikki and I used to play them together.
I remember you guys having a hard time trying to play it again. Like, when you went and played Left 4 Dead 2 together one time, and it was just trying to get it going was a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably something that has happened in the past. And like, I know that like this is great because it's like it's the same feel. It is drop in, drop out. So that's nice. When someone boots from the game, when they bail, they're replaced by a bot until someone else comes in. You're fighting zombie hordes or special zombies, and it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I know the open beta's going on right now. When this publishes, it probably is already over, but get in the open beta. Try it out. It's free. So it's like it's available on like PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, PC, and it's all crossplay. So that's
sweet.
Neat too.
Yeah.
I was worried because I don't play first-person shooters with a controller because I'm horrible at it. I'm not saying it's not a viable way to play the games because I know, Ian, you're good with a controller, but it's like I can't.
It depends on the game. Call of Duty, I'm excellent with the controller.
Yeah.
Anything else like Overwatch, I can't play it.
Man, Apex Legends, when I played that one on the controller, it was just like, I got so frustrated because someone would be right up on me, and I'm just like,
you're hitting them.
Yeah, it's fucking the worst. I'm the worst. But like the controller, like all the shooting felt really good with the controller, and it's like, that was my biggest concern. Because I was even looking into because you can hook a keyboard and a mouse up to an Xbox, and it's like it'll work. It's just a matter of whether or not the game supports it.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll look into that. But first, let me just try it out. I tried it with the controller. It's a breeze. It's like got good aim assist. It's one of those where it's like if you're shooting from the hip, there's not aim assist, but if you look down your sights, you feel it kind of like guide you.
Getting you in that direction.
And because the zombies go down in like 1 or 2 bullets, it feels, it feels nice. It feels good.
Satisfying.
It doesn't feel like cheating.
Right.
Like aim assist tends to feel like an online game.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I loved it. And I'm really, really looking forward to the game like coming out proper. Because that's right now there's only like 4 levels you can play. And it's like really neat because it's like they take that Left 4 Dead formula and they overlay this system onto it, this card system where it's like as you go through the game, you can do these supply missions. And like when you complete the supply missions, you're given cards and you can use those cards to like alter your gameplay. So it's like, well, and also the different characters that you can play have different personalities and they have different strengths and weaknesses. I like playing as Holly. Holly is melee based, and I gravitated towards her primarily because I was worried about the gunplay with the controller. So I'm like, I'm going to try her out, and she's a lot of fun. But every time you swing a melee weapon, you lose stamina. Well, you can do supply runs and get cards essentially that you can use to increase your stamina. And at the beginning of each match, you can mix like what cards you're going to play, what cards you're going to use, and your teammates do that as well. And some of them give like party-wide buffs. There are also cards like before you start the mission, you're given the choice of like 2 cards. It's like here's you have to choose between 2 detrimental cards. Do you want there to be a big horde at the end that's chasing you, or do you want to make it where it's like no one can die? Like you have to get through it without anybody dying. So it's like you have to, and it's cool because it like adds this whole other like meta layer
something
to
else to think about.
Yeah.
Something else. Well, okay, don't forget we set it at this. Remember,
Right.
Don't die.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's fun because it's like you can do whatever you want with it. Because it's like with Holly, I just stacked stamina cards. I mean, just stack one after the other. So it's like she can just swing a fucking machete or a baseball bat and like not get tired. And also like when you run, it uses stamina too. So very cool. I'm really like, I'm going to be playing
That does sound good.
open beta all weekend, I'm sure. And like, I'll be playing with my sister and man, really excited for the game to come out. Left 4 Dead 2 was like a big game for me.
Yeah.
And Nikki and I played that, like bonded over that shit, just like we did World of Warcraft.
Get it.
Man,
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah.
Good.
Not a good one for Henry.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he did wander in when I was playing, and like I turned it, I just saw the trauma all
He was
over
white,
his face.
solid white, and mouth hanging open.
Yeah, he's not used to seeing me
Daddy,
play games like that. Yeah,
What are you doing?
So then you walked around slowly with a baseball bat, dragging the ground around him.
Yeah, I put a giant pyramid on my head. Yeah.
God.
He's been into fucking God, now I've lost it all of a sudden. He's been into fucking Roblox.
Cohen plays
man.
Roblox like
Oh,
it's his
man.
job.
Because he asked me if he could install it, and I was like, well, I do know a bunch of parents who do let their kids play Roblox. So
Kenna plays Roblox.
I guess so.
Cohen plays.
And then I was walking through the room 20 minutes later. Tot, 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 tot. I was like, are there guns in that game? Yeah. And then it's like, okay, pause. You know we're not supposed to play with guns, right? Okay, good. You know there's a gun in the house, right? Okay, never play with the gun. Got it? Good, okay. Continue to play with guns in video games.
There are just millions of different games on that platform.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Cohen plays all the ones that are like clones of Five Nights at Freddy's, or you're being chased by Jason Voorhees, or
Yeah.
Or Piggy was the one that Kenna was playing.
Oh,
on
right.
Roblox.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
On Kenna's Stinger podcast.
I forgot that
about
was
Piggy.
a Roblox thing. Yeah, okay.
And they sometimes he's just running around. I got him a Robux gift card. You can buy gift cards to get in-game money.
Right,
I
yeah.
bought him one for Christmas. You'd have think I'd have bought that kid a Porsche. I mean, everything else, nothing else he got for Christmas mattered.
Yeah.
All he wanted, and of course, it was like a $20 car.
Yeah.
So he got something like 80,000 Robux.
Yeah.
Okay. So this kid is just daddy fucking Warbucks in this game now, buying all the shirts and shit that he wants for his avatar. And oh man. And he kept because he doesn't understand the concept of money.
Right.
So
sure.
he'll come to us and be like, and it wasn't like 80,000. It was more like 2,500. But whatever. He'd come to us.
It's a lot.
And I told him when I cashed in the card, which was a huge pain in the butt to get that right. Cashed in the card, got this bank all built up to whatever it was. But some of the shit you can buy is expensive. It's very expensive.
Yep.
Some of it's like, you could blow your whole wad on one thing. And it's all cosmetics. It's not important at all. So I told him, I was like, all right, dude, look. Before you buy something, if the cost is one number, any single digit, you can buy it with impunity. Be my guest.
Negligible.
Anything with 2 or more digits, you need to come see one of us before you buy it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't having him go drop 1,500 of these points.
That's what Kennedy.
Yeah, that's I imagine what any child would do.
So
Because I got her one. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then I'll talk about Kenneth's experience.
Well, and I think I know where you're going with this, but Cohen was actually super, because he's at our house most of the time.
Yeah.
During the day, he's there all day. And so he was very, very careful before he bought anything. Okay, this one, and I was trying to teach him some numbers too here as a value thing. He's like, this one says it's 8.5, and he's still got 2,300 credits. I'm like, yeah, you can buy that one. This one says 3,500. You can't buy that one. Don't buy that one.
It's like a weird Price is Right game.
Yeah. Eventually, he made those Robux last until probably April, which is, I thought they'd be gone in the first week.
Sure.
But he was very conservative. He didn't go blow everything. He was,
that photo of Reagan.
He knew there was. He knew what he wanted like right away.
Yeah.
Like he had already had this mental list of all of the stuff he was wanting.
Sure.
He was able to buy all that and still had a shit ton of money left over afterwards. So he had a good time with it. And I bet he's on Roblox 3 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much of it he's been doing lately. He's just been watching a lot of YouTube, but he loves his Roblox. And I mean, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You have
Even
to
just on YouTube, people playing it,
Sure.
character and
Yeah.
shit.
Well, that's why Henry wanted to play it, because he saw YouTubers playing
Yeah.
it.
Well, and we turned off like the chat function.
Oh boy, let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
Henry was sick on Tuesday, and Nikki had a bunch of appointments in the morning, so I stayed home with him in the morning, and then we switched off. I went into work in the afternoon when she got home for lunch. And man, so Henry is not feeling well, so I'm just letting him chill, letting him do his thing. And I'm on the couch, he's on the chair in the living room, and I hear him say, "Come in my house." Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa, what are you talking? Who are you? And I look, and it's like he's in Roblox chat. And I'm like, you cannot tell somebody to come in your house. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it's in game, Dad. And it's like, oh, for a moment, I was like, oh, thank fucking God. And I was like, let's have a conversation about when you're online, don't tell anybody where you live, how old you are, like,
Right.
And I hate to be that way,
No,
but
you
I
have
told them,
to.
I was like, until you're a certain age, this is just how it's got to be.
Well, and with Cohen being as young as he is, of course he can read a little bit and he can't spell worth of shit. But so chatting is, out of the question for him for the most part anyway. But we just disabled that altogether because she got in there once and somebody was typing some bullshit that just wasn't inappropriate. Obviously.
Sure.
And so we turned that bit off. And he didn't give a fuck. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what half that says or means. So
Henry would care, but it's because he's losing something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
He'd feel like something's being taken away. So that kind of sucks. And it's like, I also don't want to teach him to be afraid of strangers, because that's all that was crammed down my throat as a child, was that if you don't know somebody, they're going to try to touch your penis.
right.
I mean, that's pretty much just how it was.
Pretty much the way it was.
And it's like,
but at the same time, I do know
You
that
mean they're a party with a bunch of girls I don't know? All right. I'm going.
at the same time, there's a whole online predator problem.
Sure. And and it's weird talking to him about that, because
you
it's
don't
like,
want to bring them into the dark side of
Right.
that we had to find it on our own.
yeah.
But you don't want to bring them into that and make them be scared of something that they love.
Right.
So,
but you want them to be safe at the same time.
and you want them to be
Yeah.
safe. So at that point, he didn't care when we turned the chat
Yeah.
off. He just wants to play the game and buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
I might just turn it off and be like, you didn't hear about the update?
Yeah, they disabled that.
I took that shit out. Too many kids
then
getting
when
their
he's-
penis touched.
Then when he's
like a bad way, not a good way. You'll learn. You'll learn.
So anyway, yeah, Roblox, man. Phew.
So what's your Roblox Robux story, Tyler?
Kenna plays with her cousin Jane all the time. Like they'll have their speakerphone on and they're playing, have their phones on, talking while they play, and they'll
That's
do
cool.
that like
That's awesome.
forever.
Yeah.
But Jane's dad is a lawyer.
Okay.
So she has more expendable Robux. So she's always like, she's got the mermaid costume and this, and this.
Yeah.
So for her birthday, I got her a Robux card.
Ask Jane for money.
Let's see.
Can you do that? Can you trade money?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
I mean, you get Robux. You can develop
Games,
stuff.
right?
games or content or assets
right.
and sell them.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you get Robux from selling your shit.
Gotcha.
But if you're 4 or 6, you don't have a lot of talent for designing.
You got a lot of time,
shit.
though.
Yeah.
If only a magazine released a way to make Roblox content.
Learn to design Roblox content.
That's all kids are going to be doing 30 years from now. It's going to
hope
be a
so.
Roblox-based economy where it's, man, if only I would have learned how to make Roblox shit.
The Oasis will be real.
Yeah.
The Oasis.
And it will be in Robux world.
There's not going to be Bitcoin. There's not going to be Dogecoin.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not going to be fuck all
It's
except
Minecoin
Robux.
and Robux.
Minecoin and Robux. Yeah.
Because I got
God,
her
and we're
a card.
fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah, we're definitely
gonna be-
fucked.
My mom got her a card, and Meg got her a card. So she had
rolling in Roblox.
she was rolling in Robux. 45 minutes. Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe, max.
No.
All
What'd she
gone.
buy?
All gone. Shit that tried and looked like Jane.
Yeah.
so it's all gone.
So
all gone.
Jane does have a lot of money.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
just immediately boom.
Oh
done.
God, that would. Oh.
And of course, she didn't really understand. Like,
Yeah,
Well, that's why I kind of got in front of that because I knew
it's for real.
that would happen. And Cohen's very good about being if he's told this is important.
Right.
You can't do this without permission.
Yeah,
He'll do it. He'll ask.
he's good about it.
But yeah, no, fuck.
even
I'd
as
have been
fucking
mad.
adults, like I remember Dave. Remember we bought gold. We bought Gil in Final Fantasy 11.
I don't know what you're talking about. What?
I did. I did, and that stranger who was a jerk who went in with us on it.
Yeah. How dumb are we?
I know, and I
To
bought.
let's go in on Gil with this fucking rando.
Yep, exactly. It worked out, but it could
I
have
know.
very easily
Yeah, it could
not
have been real
worked out.
bad. That's fucking funny. I forgot about that shit, man.
I wasted that on so much stupid shit.
Yeah, of course.
I bought like all this decoration for my mom's
It's like you
house.
won the lottery.
Well, then it
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
feel like you were spending money.
right.
No, because I hadn't earned it,
But
so I
you
didn't have any
had
appreciation
spent
for it.
money.
The irony of it is you were literally spending money because we paid US dollar for that.
Right.
$20 each or something like that.
Right.
We both got like 1,000,000 gil or some shit.
Oh shit! I did that in UO. I bought
Yeah.
gold in UO.
I remember Nick selling
real
his account
people.
on eBay.
Oh well, I sold my account on eBay too.
Nice.
I got a lot of money for that account, but I had bought in-game gold with real world currency. But by God, as much as I played Ultima,
Yeah.
fuck that $50 or whatever I spent, I got like 5,000,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I was fucking set at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
It's like, I'll pay a little real
At
world
that time,
money.
there's no way we could have touched that amount of money
No,
where
God,
we were
no.
in the game. I bought, okay, so your Mog house is like where you go into the Mog house. It's your private room that only you can see.
Mm-hmm.
I spent like all that money decorating my Mog house for no one to ever see but me.
Yeah, at least in UO you could like
It's like, hey, Dave, come over to my house and see my Mog house.
I can't. I cannot do that in this game.
You owe if you had a house or a castle.
I'm gonna bring my computer over to your house so I can show you my mom's house.
You could leave it open to the public and then just lock down everything.
Right.
So if someone could, so it was one, sometimes we would just go into people's
great.
random houses just to see how they had it set up and
Yeah.
get ideas and stuff. But yeah, that sucks.
Or hide there and wait for them to log in and
Yeah,
kill
like I
them
spent
before
like
they can ban you.
200,000 gold on like a star globe. It did something, but I don't know what it was. Like you could decorate your house a certain way and have like, because you could garden in your house. So you'd set up pots, and depending on what kind of pot or what kind of like furniture you would set it on, depending on what elemental day you planted it on, what elemental day you watered it on, you get different effects. So like you could decorate your house to propagate certain effects.
Gotcha.
I didn't garden at the time, so I didn't fucking just huge waste of money.
If it makes you feel,
And I was fucking 25 years old.
Right.
if it makes you feel any better, I have no idea what I spent the money on. At least you know what you spent the money on. I have no idea. I probably bought like a fucking Emperor's hairpin, and it was like all the money was gone in that one go.
That's
I
still
mean,
a pretty good purchase, though.
mean,
That's a better purchase than a
that's
Star
pretty-
Globe.
but I don't know. I don't know if that's the case.
Eventually, and then all you really had to do, I learned, was fucking fish. Just fucking fish, and you'll have more money than you know what to do with. That's why, like, once I started fishing, got my fishing high, and then made sushi, like, I was fucking rolling in it. That's
Yeah.
why when you came back, I was like, dude, Emperor's hairpin, leaping boots. They're
Right,
yours.
right.
There you go.
Yeah. Which is really nice, but man, every time I play Final Fantasy 11 again after the fact, and people would give me shit, I'd play for like a few days and then be like, you know what? I don't think that this is actually.
It's
for
like
me
playing
anymore.
Diablo when you first get like a hacker or something in Diablo 2. It's like, this is awesome for like 2 days.
Like a trainer. Yeah. When Henry asked if he could have Roblox, I said, I've got a lot of my dad in me, because I was like, yeah, but we're not buying anything extra.
That's how it started. That's exactly
One
what we
black
said to
coffee.
Cohen.
Yeah, no, but I mean, because it's like, you fucking do
No.
it once, it's fucking game over.
Right. No, we told Cohen, don't ask. It's like apps from the App Store.
Right.
If it's free.
Right.
And it's not like porn,
Right.
Fine. We want to look what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
It
if
was
it's
like
free,
softcore porn.
You can have it.
It's not hardcore
Yeah.
porn.
But
No dicks in mouths.
right. when Roblox became a thing, we set that ground rule immediately.
Yeah, you gotta.
We're not paying money
Right.
for anything. And then when I gave him that card for Christmas, this is it.
Right.
You
This is a
might get
special
another one
thing.
for your birthday.
Next Christmas.
Right.
Make it last till then.
Right.
But
yeah.
don't come at me with,
Right.
I wish I had more
'Cause it ain't
Roblox,"
fucking
'cause It is
happening.
not fucking
Yeah.
happening until I deem
Right.
it's time to buy more.
I love you, but I don't Robux love you.
Right.
That's what I tell Henry.
Yeah. I'm literally giving you spending my money to give you something that doesn't exist.
Right?
So I understand how you
Yeah.
feel. Believe me.
Right.
I bought gold
Right,
and you
yeah.
owe. I understand the logic here, but
But that
it
was-
ain't
but that
an
was your
everyday
money,
thing.
let's be fair.
What was that girl's name?
Jane?
Jane.
Oh,
I don't
Jane,
have
yeah.
Jane money. I'm gonna actually use that.
have
he's
Jane
not.
money.
He's not gonna get it. I'm gonna say, what do I look like? Jane's dad? Get
All
the
right.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Go find some free shit.
Yeah. There's so much free shit.
There is.
There's so much free shit.
There is, and he plays it on an iPad.
Yeah, Henry plays on an iPhone.
And he runs around with the thing.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm just like, he's like, Pappy, take a look at this and show me how to do. And I'm like, I pick it up, and I'm like my wife playing a first-person shooter,
Yeah.
pointed straight up at the ceiling, walking around in circles. I was like, I don't know how to control this fucking thing. Sorry, dude. I'm a bit of a gamer, but this is above my fucking head. I
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, he hasn't asked for Robux yet, which is nice because it's not going to happen.
Well, just if you buy him
Unless
Robux
it's
for a present,
right, as a present. for sure.
again, it's got that, this is it.
Yeah,
This is it.
yeah.
Don't ask me
Kidda
for
learned how to
more.
manipulate early on because she would get my mom's phone and play all these like dress up games and shit. Till eventually, like, my mom put she'd quote unquote accidentally spent some money on some apps. So mom put a passcode on her phone. So if Kidda wanted something like, hey, if I can get to this next world for $1, my mom would do it.
Yeah.
Till eventually Kenna was like, huh, Nanny, can you just, it doesn't cost any money, but can you put in your world so I can keep playing? Oh, okay. My mom would do it. And then she got a bill for like $30 on iTunes. So Kenna had to apologize and do chores to earn back the money and give it back to her. So,
man, yeah. When we get because we've got it set up where if Henry wants to buy or download an app, I get a notification. I have to give permission on that. And so I'm always looking at two things: age and in-app purchases. Yeah, and cost for sure. Henry knows if it's not free, don't even bother sending it today because it ain't gonna fucking happen. So anytime one comes through, recently I've been like, okay. And there have been times where I've been like, dude, this game is a fucking scam. Look at this. This is a scam. You can't.
Choco Chica has done that
You can't do it. I'm not going to allow it, but I'm going to tell you why. This is a scam. Here's how I know. And it's educate yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm not letting you leave this house, a fucking sucker. So this is a scam. I bet you can find something similar for free that is not a scam. And he's like, all right, I'm on it. And he looks and he finds something and it's great.
Yeah.
But the big one is the in-app purchases. That's been the recent one where it's been okay, dude, I'm going to let you have this. They're going to ask you to spend money.
Yeah, and you're not going to progress if you because I'm not giving you the money, but they want you to pay money to get farther in the game, and it's impossible to do it naturally. You will be 40 before you get to level 12.
Right. So don't get your hopes up on progressing because they are going to hit you up for money.
I heard that's how Pokemon Unite is. It's a cash grab.
I knew there were in-app purchases and stuff, but I don't know what you buy because I
level up naturally and you get more Pokemon and stuff, and you get to about level 10, and then it becomes fuck all impossible to get more stuff unless you're throwing dollars at it to buy Pokebucks or whatever the fuck it is. So that's one of the reasons I haven't tried getting into that. But yeah, we've got Cohen's iTunes account set up with 0 credit cards, nothing.
Yeah.
It's impossible for him to buy things with it. I have to gift it to him.
Yeah.
And I get it. I know exactly what you're going.
Choco Chica spent $40 on a Watch Your Sign app. Renewing monthly.
Oh God.
So I was like, who the fuck spent $40 to this weird ass company in Oregon?
Dude, it's fucked up. Because one of the ones that Henry wanted was a noisemaker app. And it's you have a bunch of different things you can tap and it makes noises.
Fake block.
And so it's so I'm reading it and it's okay, so the way they've got this worked is when you download this, it's free for 8 days. And after 8 days, I can't remember, it's $20 reoccurring every 8 days. And it's how can you even do that? Because it's that means that before you even know that it has happened, they've hit you multiple times before you see it on the bill, right?
Yeah, because you get it
Who
monthly.
else did that? Oh, Trump did that whenever people donated on his website.
Oh, really?
In the terms and conditions, you had to uncheck the renewal box. A ton of people didn't, so they made this big donation.
Oh, God.
Next month it renewed.
Oh, man.
A whole big thing.
Yeah.
As strict as Apple is about a lot of things in the App Store, for example,
'cause they are.
not letting Microsoft have one app that has access to the library of games.
Right.
You have now, if you want to play on the Xbox Game Pass, you got to do it in a web browser on your device,
which is ridiculous,
or on your PC. But on Apple wouldn't let Microsoft have one dedicated app that lets you open up your library of games because Apple couldn't vet all of the individual games because it was inside Microsoft's environment.
Right, and then compare that to the shit that we're now talking about.
Exactly. They don't give a fuck if you've got an app that tricks you into buying new noises 3 times a month for $8 a pop, or however much every 8 days.
It was a lot. I mean, it was like
that you never could possibly want to have.
Right.
In your
But how good
possession
were those noises?
we'll
though?
never know, man. We'll never fucking know.
Like that was like cum noise. Like
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in the house comes. Oh, fuck, this app is worth it. Hit it again.
Every
hit it
8 days.
They don't.
It's gated. You can only hit it once every 8 days.
They don't have a
I
problem.
gotta
with
pay
that
for my
shit.
orgasm sound. I'll be right
God.
back.
They found the cum button in my butt and put it on the phone. I can't find it.
Oh well.
It's fine. It's all right. I'll live with it.
Did you get one of those toys for it?
Not yet. That's what it's going to take,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, that's what it's going to take.
Must be up there.
It's up
Tell
there.
Nikki she's got to crook her index finger slightly differently.
Oh man, we're digging.
Is it Mega T, Mega Toe, Mega Tie, Dave?
Oh man, but like, fuck yeah, Roblox. It's like in the oof, like that sound is a meme in our house, and I fucking love it. Because like it's used obviously in a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff, but like that is a thing that we do constant. Nikki doesn't. I'm sure she is fucking insane from it.
Yeah.
But Henry and I constantly oof, oof, oof. We sit down on a chair, oof. We like fall on the floor, oof. I mean, it's just like fucking constant, and it's like he loves it, so it fuels me to do it more. And so it's like we both love it, so we're just constantly doing it. Yeah. So yeah, it's fun times for everybody in the house, except for Nikki probably, who doesn't do it. She needs to get with the program.
Well, did we have any achievements for Bamboozled?
For Bamboozled, I've got a couple that came in from Twitch chat.
I gotta go outside for just a sec.
All right.
But if you want to keep going, keep going.
No, man, let's pause.
Okay.
All PP?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we peed.
All right. Peed out.
Felt good.
There's a storm coming.
Yeah, it looked like the beginning of Final Fantasy VI out there. Did you see
I
that?
did think about Final Fantasy. That's why Final Fantasy popped into my head. I was like, oh, Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, I didn't even realize why I thought that. But yeah, you're right. He
I mean,
did.
there was lightning
wall
like
of clouds, like
3 miles
3 or 4
away. I
miles,
mean, yeah.
and it's just lightning as fuck out there. It's actually really cool looking.
yeah, really
but
cool.
Also kind of intimidating. I'm wondering, is it blowing this way?
Yeah, it might be. Every time I park my car at work in the incredible heat, I ask my phone whether or not it's going to rain because it's like, please don't, because I want to crack my windows. And today it was like 40% chance. It's like, fuck, I can't take that chance.
And it didn't.
And it didn't, right?
It has been, oh my
Dude, it has
God hot.
fucking sucked. We had to go out today to shoot some stuff, to photograph some stuff.
Oh, I hate that
And
for you.
oh my God, we were out there for not long, 15 minutes. And it honestly, to be perfectly honest, out there, it felt bad, but it didn't feel horrible. But when we got back inside to the AC, it was immediately soaked. We're just both immediately soaked.
Oh, yeah.
Because our body's just like, okay, sweat.
I have a relatively small yard. You've seen my
Yeah.
yard, and the back is big-ish, but not like measurable in acres by any means. It's kind of a pain in the butt to mow, but whatever.
Yeah.
God, I had to mow Tuesday because I was afraid it was going to start raining.
Yeah,
then-
and you wouldn't have a chance
Then
again.
it would get really tall, and
Yeah.
it's hard to mow when it's really
Just let the
tall.
city do it. They'll do it eventually.
They charge me a lot for that too.
Well-
the lady that lives across from
We'll save
the
up.
street,
You got a while.
You're right, yeah.
the lady that lives across the street from me fucking never mows her yard until he gets so triggered. She sits
Oh,
out
yeah?
there. She's just that old woman just bitching. Get out there and mow your fucking yard. But anyway, I had to go out there and that shit and mow. And I wait until like 6 o'clock
Oh, yeah.
at least.
You gotta check and see when sunset's
kind
gonna-
of going to
yeah.
be behind the trees. And God almighty, I get out there and within 10 minutes, I am just drenched.
Yeah.
My hair is soaking wet.
Oh, dude. We were out there today, and it was like, I forgot to put my hair up.
Ooh,
and it was
yeah.
just like, just on my
Sticking.
neck. It
And-
was like a tiny octopus.
Get these little, these little wet tendrils
Yeah.
of hair that just tickle
trying to
your
strangle
neck and
me.
drip down.
Oh,
your
and it was
shit.
like stuck to my face. Yeah.
I put the big bandana on, to put my hair up.
Yeah.
And that helps. But my God, the thing is just like I'd run it under a tap. When I take it off, it's so nasty. It's supposed to get nice again tomorrow. But fuck.
Man,
it's bad. I think climate change might be real.
No. I saw that guy. He had a snowball in Congress. No,
no
no,
way.
it's not.
No way.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get into that.
I do have some achievements for Bombuzal / Kabluey that came in from Twitch chat. The first of which I've got is I just Kablu myself. In order to unlock I just Kablu myself, play Kabluey with the Blue Man Group. Alternate title, There's Got to Be a Better Way to Say That. And that came in from Rhythm Master Paul Korn. Next achievement is Ready Player One. In order to unlock Ready Player One, go insane from the digitized voice saying ready, ready, ready over and over again. And that came in from D-Rock. And the last one I have is Suicide Button. In order to unlock Suicide Button, stand on the pogo ball bomb, which we didn't talk about that. There is a bomb that goes from small, medium to large, back to small, medium, and it just repeats.
Oh.
And it's like when you detonate, it determines what the blast is like.
I see.
It can function as any three of them. You just have to time it.
Didn't run into that one.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those where it's like, honestly, every level in this game took me at least 2 tries to finish because, it was like inevitably I'd paint myself in a fucking corner and be like, oh, now I'm on a one tile island and I have 3 fucking bombs to detonate over there. So I guess I just walk off the stage.
Right. Start over.
Yeah. In order to unlock Suicide Button, stand on the pogo ball bomb and kill yourself to get out of playing this train wreck of a game. And that came in from Dig Dougie. Do you guys have any achievements?
I've got Into the Thick of It.
Okay.
And that is
Play it with Alan Thick.
To the TikTok Into the Thick of It.
I don't know that one.
Into the Thick of It. And I just imagined me that song playing and me walking off the level over and over and over again into oblivion.
Yeah, it's easy
So
to do.
yeah, walk off the stage as your first move 10 times.
Yeah. Tell me about Into the Thick of It.
I'd have to. It's from like a kid's cartoon. And it's playing in the back of all of these sort of like, oops, I fucked up videos on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like TikTok a lot, and but I don't use it a lot. So essentially, I miss a lot of these unless someone like you brings it up, and then I can okay, now I can be on the search for this.
Because you'll hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ian,
I have one. Up is up. Right is up. And to get that, you have to think you're going right and press up and go off the edge of the map.
all right, perfect.
Fuck this fucking game.
The edge of the map, by the way, the world is essentially tiles that you're standing on, and everything else is like the pattern on the back of a solitaire deck.
I was thinking of the pattern on one of my dad's old neckties.
Yeah,
or something.
It is
yeah.
it's like a Windows 3.1 screensaver.
Oh, yes, it is. You know what would have been cool is if the background of this game was the one with the pipes.
Oh fuck yeah, 3D pipes! Fucking bring it on.
I'd love to do a Patreon episode over
Screensavers?
90 screensavers.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can we get what was the premium screensaver thing you could buy? The
Flying toasters.
Flying toasters.
Yeah, buddy.
There was a whole pack of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See, I love Johnny Castaway because he'd always do different things. Like it
Okay.
was a guy on the island, and there were like 200 different things that would happen to him on the island.
Oh, and remember those virus-riddled deals where you could have like a naked woman standing on your taskbar?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, my mom saw that and was very upset. And I was like, no, she's in a bikini. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's okay. Tyler still don't like it. Okay, I'll take it off. It only took me 6 hours of bullshit to get this right here.
I guess I got to go into my bios.
I guess I'll open up my Dr. Evil themed Netscape Navigator 2.0.
Man,
Search for bikini ladies.
You want to talk about doing some dumb shit on the computer?
yes, I do.
Boy, back in the day, just installing that fucking garbageware, I know that shit was just riddled with.
It all worked out though.
Yeah, I guess.
Downloading porn on Napster was also kind of a roll the dice, this weird titled thing. You don't know what it is.
So many videos I got that were troll videos.
Yep.
One to this day I still talk about with Brandon, which is like this like 6-year-old is staring at the camera going, asshole Mitch.
Oh, you're an asshole and a Mitch.
Asshole and a Mitch. And it's like, oh, man, I just wanted to watch a blowjob. I didn't
Right.
have to get shamed.
But this is
by
pretty
this
good.
child.
I'd forgotten
It
about
is
this
pretty good.
blowjob. 20 years later, I remember this
Right,
video.
and I want to know where that kid is now, man. Because I mean, like, we still like. I mean, that would still be a thing. Like, I
Yeah.
could, if he were here right now, I could say you're an asshole and a Mitch, and we would bond even closer.
Right.
Is that also where you found what was it? So around that same
Not
time,
bad-
it's
bad-
blood.
No,
Blood.
no, that was a YouTube joint
Was
that
it?
Nikki
Okay.
found. Yeah. No, the one I thought you were going to say was Bad Toilet, which we haven't talked about Bad
Oh,
Toilet
God.
in a long time.
Lost to time and space.
Yeah.
Did it ever really exist?
I can confirm that it did, in fact, exist.
Used to get porn off of news groups. That was a good place to get porn.
IRC for me. I never got off
IRC.
news groups, but people swore by news groups.
News groups was good. I mean, I've been getting porn off of the internet since the BBS days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, horribly low res EVGA porn. But hey, it's what we had.
I used to go over to Lord Matt's house to talk to girls on the
Oh,
BBS.
yeah. It was always girls.
So
Always. It was never not girls.
it's a pretty big deal.
But then
We cybered.
IRC was troll town for
Oh,
me.
fucking IRC was
God.
like Ultima Online, but distilled to chat.
Me and Dane used to fucking wreck people on IRC.
IRC was so much
hard.
fun.
God, he was the fucking master. I wish I used to print out. I had a dot matrix printer, and I used to print out our logs of some of these. Just to go back and read them later. I lost them all. They're all gone, but holy fuck.
Dude, I used to like lurk in multiple huge channels and just wait for a net split. And just like, I'm taking this fucking channel over, and it's like taking over those channels, especially before if they didn't have X or Y bot in there, like, what are you fucking doing? And then like, because then you're the operator of the channel, and you can do whatever you want. You can rename everything. You can ban the actual owner of the channel. I mean, it was just like fucking chaos.
It was the wild fucking
Yeah,
West.
man. And when you're like 16 years old and you have fucking literally nothing better to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, time really helps in that case.
Oh, well, I was in my early 20s when we were doing it. And
Same difference.
yeah,
I mean,
I was in college, but what am I, study?
Right.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
I'm an art major. I've already done my homework. But yeah, IRC was...
it was wild. Wet
God.
and wild.
I wish I could get back some of those logs of Dane fucking with people. I mean, ooh boy. Ooh boy. He is a very creative individual, I will tell you that.
There are definitely some IRC logs that I'd never want to come to light
No. Yeah,
as
no.
well.
Crazy.
Mainly where I'm like a 15-year-old pretending to be a 19-year-old.
Of course.
Yeah. Mainly that. But, and then someone on the other end, 40-year-old pretending to be 20 and also a woman. So
I probably talked to that guy.
yeah. Achievements. Those are done.
They're done. That's it.
I have a question for you guys.
Ah.
If you were to buy either, both Bombuzal and Kabluey, how much do you think you'd pay for those games?
They're two separate
Loose.
price points.
Two separate price points. Bombuzal being the Super Famicom version, Kabluey being the North American SNES version. Well, and probably Europe. But this specific price is for the North American version.
I would expect to give for the North American version $13.
$13? All right. Tyler, what do you think for Kabluey, for the SNES, the North American version of Bombuzal?
$7.35.
Man, there was some real fucking
He
thinking
was
going on
deep
there.
in the thought on
What was
one.
that? What was the? Can you tell me what the formula was?
No, I was trying to go with what my gut was. I was like, what was my gut applying that to? Which one?
Oh, okay.
So,
Actual retail value of Kabluey on average for the SNES loose, according to PriceCharting.com, is $6.53. Tyler, you were very close. Is it worth it?
No.
I think that it is, but that's only because I'm collecting
if you're a
Super Nintendo,
collector.
Yeah.
and it's under $10. So it's like, I better buy this right now before it goes
Get
up to
it
fucking
out of the
way.
$40 for God knows why.
yeah.
How much do you guys think Bombuzal is? The Super Famicom version.
Rob, I don't know. In yen or dollars?
In dollars. Good question. In dollars.
I'm going to stick with my original answer, $13.
$13 from Ian, Tyler?
Or 13 million yen.
Right.
$5.35.
$5.35. Actual retail value of Bombuzal on average, according to PriceCharting.com, is $2.25.
Must have been much more widely released and popular in Japan.
And Super Famicom games are typically way less expensive than Super
Okay.
Nintendo games. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the formula is. I don't know if it's manufacturing plus. I doubt they have a huge collecting scene there. I don't know. But yeah, they're always cheap. Almost always cheaper. Does this game belong on TADPOG's Top 100?
No.
It does not.
No.
I know, Tyler, that you would say it belongs on
I'd say
TADPOG's bottom 100.
It's like a bottom 10, bottom 15 for me.
Jeez, Z crazy.
Because I was just so I was Sparkster levels of infuriated at
Yeah.
those controls. Just, man.
I could see that. Also because it's just not worth it.
I could see it being in the bottom 100.
It's
but
not a rewarding game in any way to me.
yeah, I do feel like that if you got used to the controls and you like puzzle games, I feel like there's something there. But I would also just say maybe play it on, I know it's not as accessible, but like on the fucking Commodore 64 where you can play the 2D version.
Right.
Because isometric shit's really, it's rough. You guys want to know what Flopsy says about
Sure.
this game?
Please.
Do we have any guesses on what Flopsy might have rated Kabluey?
I'm going to guess that they probably rated it 3 stars.
3 stars. Tyler, 2 stars.
2 stars.
Kabluey. Genre, puzzle. Release date, August 1992. Developer, ImageWorks. Ported by Kimco. Players 1 through 2. Special features, password save.
Oh.
I did like the idea that there was a password. That was a good thing.
And they give you a password at the end of every level.
At the end of every level. Very nice.
Super Famicom passwords do not work on the Super Nintendo version.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why, but they don't. 3 stars. It's a 3-star game.
I had a feeling they would rate it higher.
I know. Yeah, you nailed it. You gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guessed it right. 3
me.
stars.
I'm starting to get Flopsy's number. I'm starting to understand how this book works.
I don't think it's a 3-star game.
No.
No.
I don't think,
No.
personally, don't think it's a 2-star game.
I could see 2. I could see 2. 1.5 to 2. That's what I would give it.
Man.
I guess that's it. I guess that's it for Kabluey. Bombuzal. I have some more questions. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
It would be the welding mask worn by a bomb diffuser that has been cracked and blown out because it was not sufficient to protect the person from an explosion.
I love it. Did I ever tell you about the day I was late to work because there was a bomb diffusing robot Digging through a donut box.
No.
No.
Yeah, this was in Lexington. They like closed down the main road into downtown because someone called in a bomb, and it was a box of Dunkin' Donuts. And I was like up front. I had front row seats. I got to see this little robot go out to the road and like dig through this Dunkin' Donuts box. And just donuts in there.
No, just num-nums. Num-nums.
Right?
Have I ever told the story about the SWAT team in my neighborhood on the show?
To me, you have. I don't know if you have on the show.
Well, maybe I'll do that for the stinger.
Okay, that sounds great to me. I mean, I want to hear it now.
Okay. I'll tell it now. Do you want to do the beard first?
Nope.
Nope. Right now.
I think it's funny when there's a long period of time between glasses
Any
and beer.
bits.
Right, pretty much any regular bit. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Where we spent an hour last time talking about, I don't even remember what the fuck we talked about
I'm still listening to that one, so I don't know. Either.
between beards and glasses. I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
and why did I lead with glasses on that? That was weird.
Oh, yeah. You usually do beard
Yeah,
first.
that's fucked up.
Whatever. Apologies if I've told the story on the show, but one night.
Ross has already done that. It's fine.
No, see, now I'm afraid. Now I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid to do it because I'm not. I am.
Yeah.
Not. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
What?
Trying to put my clock up.
Oh. Clock's out for Harambe.
We're at home. My neighborhood's weird. Weird things happen in my neighborhood.
People don't fucking mow their yard.
There's been that. There have been drive-by shootings. There have been murders. All kinds of just nutty shit going on.
All lawn-centric.
Yeah.
All about lawns. There's this guy that lives 2 doors down from me. And one night we're in bed and we hear
You and this guy?
no. Me and Tanya are in bed. Thank you for clearing that up.
It did sound like that, to be fair.
It did sound like that. That is not what I meant. Yep. I know English good.
Me fail English?
Me talk pretty one day.
Okay. So anyway, Tanya and I are in bed one
Right.
night, and we hear this ruckus going on a couple doors down.
Yeah.
And we're hearing. It's gotten to the point where so much weird shit happens in our neighborhood, we don't necessarily jump right up to see what's going on.
Sure.
It's just like, just
Sure.
stay in the house.
It's like
whatever.
I get it. When I hear a gunshot, it's like, it's probably someone shooting a gun
Yeah.
into the air for no reason because my neighbors do
That
that.
happens. That happens in this city, too. So we hear this. Eventually, we're hearing this guy talking in a megaphone, right? Like, what the fuck? Go out and look. There's like 4 cops sitting in front of this
God.
guy's house. And this one cop screaming into a megaphone, right? Sir, we just want to talk to you, please. Sir, come out. We just want to talk. Nothing, right? This went, and we're looking. There are cops behind trees with guns out.
Oh, God.
You know,
Looking like they just want to talk.
looking like they just want to fucking. So
Don't listen, man. There's guns on the tree.
There's 5 of them right there. They got guns.
there's more cops end up coming. The guy keeps talking in the microphone. Sir, we've placed a mobile phone on your front porch. Please just pick up that phone and we can talk to you.
God.
This went on all fucking night. I woke up at 6:30, whatever time I needed to get up to go to work. They're still at it.
I like to think that he was just sleeping.
This at this point, the sun's coming up, and they have had no luck getting this motherfucker.
I'm
come
surprised.
out of
Maybe
the
they
house.
did just want to talk. They waited a long time.
We go out on the front porch, and at this point now, there is a full-blown SWAT team
God.
in our front yard and hiding behind our tree with their fucking full body armor. There is an armored personnel carrier parked in the street in front of my house. I've got pictures of this somewhere. I've got to find them.
Please. I haven't seen the
love that
photos.
Paducah just has that.
Yeah, it's not weird at all.
Oh, they were
Appropriate is what it is.
Oh, it gets worse. The cops in my front yard are like, y'all need to go inside. You need to stay in your house. I'm like, I got to go to work.
Right,
and he's
yeah.
like, no, you cannot leave. You have to stay in your house. Okay, so I called work and I said, there's a SWAT team
There's a situation.
dealing with my neighbor. Apparently, I don't know what's going on.
What did work say?
But they have said I can't leave. And
Sir,
they're-
they would have talked to you.
Excuse me, Mr. Navy SEAL.
They said they were fine with it. They're like, oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I get off the phone. I go out back.
Now you're in a
my
great
back.
mood. Because I would be.
I'm fine. Oh, this is great.
You're going to play Nintendo.
This is great.
All
No,
I know
I'm
is that
still-
guy better not come out.
Yeah, I'm still watching the show.
Don't come out till 5.
I'm still watching the show, right? I go out on my back patio to smoke a cigarette, and there is a robot in this guy's backyard. A fucking Johnny Five looking fucking robot, and it literally turns its head and looks right at me. There are snipers in the alley across. I am not making this up. There are snipers in the fucking behind their house across the alley with lasers. It pointing into the kitchen window. Okay. And
Makes you feel safe, doesn't it?
I see I'm standing out there just smoking. This robot's looking in the window. And then it's like about 10 minutes later, a bunch of these fucking cops run through the backyard. They kick open the kitchen door.
Your kitchen door.
No.
His kitchen door.
His kitchen
Okay.
door. They kick open the kitchen door and they come out with the woman that lives there. They come out, they've got her, they're carrying her out of the house. And she's like, what the fuck?
And they're like, have you not been paying attention for the last 12 hours?
Then, well, they had given up at this point on the megaphone. They were making a move to get into the house, right? Mm-hmm. They kick in the front door. They get to the guy that lives there. He still lives there. They get to the guy. They bring him out. He's naked from the waist up, in his jeans, hands behind his back, acting like, what the fuck is going on, right? This is like Christmas at the Griswolds, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they're fucking everywhere. So come to find out, what had happened was they had a big party, a big get-together at their house. And everybody got like fucked up drunk. And this one woman, her boyfriend left the party and she had kind of passed out on the couch. And she came out and accusing the guy that lives there of molesting her while she was asleep. Like, he assaulted her while she was asleep. And she got up and left the house, and he was all throwing a fit about something, and she was scared for her life and called the cops. And the time it took the cops to get there to respond to this thing, he had gotten his wife, the woman they dragged out earlier
Yeah.
in the story, she had passed out fucking drunk as fuck on their bed. She was dead to the world drunk. He was also dead to the world drunk, but he's also deaf. And his hearing aids, he had taken them out.
Oh, God.
And he was, the whole time,
Yeah.
he was sitting in his easy chair, passed out drunk asleep, and deaf. Well, come to find out, none of the stuff she accused him of happened. Mm-hmm. We talked to the woman. We were like, what in the fuck? You know, after everybody had left and they had rolled, the Paducah was flexing big time.
If you got it, you're going to use it.
I had no idea we had this big of an arsenal, but apparently we do. Anyway, we were talking to the woman. She told us what had happened. And she's like, and look, I got out of bed. I went into the kitchen in my bathrobe. I'm hungover. I'm just making coffee, not paying attention. I look up and there's a fucking robot looking at me through the kitchen window. And the next thing I know, a bunch of motherfuckers bust into the kitchen and grab me and pull me out. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They arrest the guy, but then it turns out the woman was lying about the whole thing, that he never did touch her. And that she was just mad because her boyfriend had left or something. It was some horse shit. And I'm like, boy, I hope you got the fucking bill for that, because it would not be cheap. But yeah, that was me waking up to a SWAT team in my front yard. all about some dude who took his hearing aids out.
Man, I feel like that probably could have been handled by like 2 officers.
It could have
Yep. Two regular ass
absolutely
officers.
been handled.
No robots. No megaphones. Just two.
No robots.
No robot, no.
Come on,
I
give me
know.
one robot.
Maybe one sniper. Maybe 2 guys and one sniper.
Half a sniper, a chipmunk with a slingshot.
I never saw anything like that before or since, and I will never forget that because
Maybe it was training.
maybe I don't know. Somebody was just pushing. Somebody
Man.
pushed the wrong button because they had a strike team out there to respond to
Who is your neighbor?
some deaf dude.
I think you need to do some digging, man, because if they said that much shit,
They got a lot of weird shit going on over there.
that dude's like a South African mercenary or some shit.
something. I'm pretty sure.
Coney is your name.
No, I think he's just. I'm pretty sure he's dealing. You know, I think he sells pills or something, probably. But I've talked to him a few. I mean, he's a nice guy, unless he's drunk, and then
Then he's all handsy.
he is one of those guys that gets right up in your face. And the reason he does it is because he can't hear you.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's talking super loud, like someone might do when they've got loud music on.
Sure.
You know, he's always, yelling. His name Tommy. Tommy SWAT is what I like to call him.
Tommy SWAT.
Old SWAT Tommy.
Got Acid Randy and Tommy SWAT
So what was the robot doing?
looking in the house.
They were like viewing through the robot.
They had a camera and
What
they
did he
were
look-
looking
did he look
into
like
their
Johnny Five?
Yeah, he did. He had the fucking head on a
Jennifer
swivel.
changed color.
Had
Need target.
I couldn't see the bottom of it, but it had wheels, like
Yeah.
it was a motorized robot or whatever. But yeah, it was just a camera they were using to. We have a fucking robot.
That fucking robot's the best part of the story. I'm sorry.
I,
I'm just
I
like,
agree.
they're just
You
like
looked
thinking-
right at me. They
I
have
like
that
thinking
video
about
of
him.
me going, looking confused at like, where the fuck did that come from? Where do they keep that?
in the robot hut.
Yeah, I need to look at
How
the.
many robots do we have? Do they let them
At
fight?
least
Don't we
one.
also have a tank?
That's the tank. Is the armored personnel carrier?
Okay.
It's that big, giant fucking thing with
Fucking
tractor tires.
super
and-
deluxe turtle van that
It's armored. I mean,
Well, how the fuck else you gonna get a robot there if you don't put it in that thing?
no, they brought the SWAT team in that. The robot came in something
The
else.
robot walked.
They're like, now fuck you, robot. You're on your own.
Put in the coordinates. All right, see you in 5 hours. Shut up, robot.
it's a drunk deaf guy. Get the tank and the robot.
I just couldn't even. I didn't take nearly enough pictures or video. I mean, I really
How
should
can
have.
you?
I was afraid they were gonna get pissy. if they
Shoot you?
saw
Yeah,
me
sure.
Out there with a camera. Hey, what you guys doing?
Man, I gotta tell you, all this like robot talk and like being mean to robots. Like when they rise up against us, they're gonna I am the person that they're gonna be like, they mistreat us for years. I'm so mean to robots. Like whenever I ask Siri a
How
question.
often do you? Oh, okay. I was
And
gonna
it-
say, how often do you interact with robots?
Well, I mean,
I wasn't thinking in terms of Siri.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I buy
Dacus hasn't been on the show in years, Dave. I don't know how often you interact with the robots.
I buy robots explicitly to be mean to them.
Kick them a lot.
Yeah, I'm
till
like,
they break.
I
and
talk to
then
the programmers. Can you make sure that they can feel pain before you send it to me?
And then after I kill them, I don't recycle. I just let them sit out there and rust.
God, man, but yeah, I'll curse out Siri in the morning. Yeah, when she won't just read shit to me. Don't be like, I found a website that might be. Fuck you. Read it to me.
Not how this is supposed to work. This isn't convenient for me.
Yeah. I'm in the shower. You got to read. I can't read a fucking web page. Just tell me who was a cast of MASH now. Google would. And Google does.
Yeah.
Google won't shut the fuck up. I got so many surveillance devices in my house. It's fucking ridiculous. Google knows a lot
I
of
got
shit about
fucking
me.
unhelpful Siri over here doing jack squat, and then Miss Chatty Cathy Google over here trying to fucking tell me everything.
Google scribbling in its notebook. Okay, this guy's really trying to come by fucking sticking shit in his butt. All right.
Should we tell him? No.
Nah.
It's about the journey more than the end. All right. You got any more questions?
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard,
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
that's the goal. The goal is to forget the bit that we're in, and we did it. If you were to give this game a beard, that sums up how you feel about it.
The flesh beard napalmed into the mask from the explosion that cracked the glass.
Perfect. Like a Dr. Doom scenario almost.
Yeah.
Do you guys want some more questions?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I got a quiz that came in from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond, if we're interested in that.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, let's do it. We got a quiz entitled The Ol' Back to Work Blues. Ross begins, I am due back at work on Monday, and I can't say I am looking forward to it. You lived, Ross. You live.
You should
cherish
embrace your.
Every 9 to 5.
Unless you didn't get milked, then be as bitter as you want to be.
That is true. Yeah, you're entitled to that, that embitterment. It'll be at least a full day of sorting through emails, which I can only imagine are going to be asking me to urgently do a thing 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Of course. But those days that you go through the email, that's great. It's like no one can get on to you for not doing. First of all, you're like, look, I almost died. Second of all, I have 2 weeks worth of email to go through. So just fuck off. Right. Also, having to wear a shirt and trousers again is going to be difficult. Still, I can't hide inside forever. I did buy a fancy new watch, which is open source and free to alter as the owner wishes, and it has an e-ink screen, so very rarely needs charging. Unfortunately, mine came from a faulty batch and doesn't actually keep time, so I have to send the Sonic thing back to the States.
That sounds about your luck, Ross.
God, that fucking sucks. I hope Ian is around. There we go.
Hello.
There's a fuck, marry, kill just for him.
Ooh, exciting.
SNES games. Number 1. This game stars a magic rabbit and was ported from the Amiga. Its name is also slang
Probably slang.
for urinating. Piss money.
Piddle rabbit.
My name's Steve name. Piss money.
I want to say I can see with like a white rabbit or some shit on the cover.
Wiz. Is this Wiz maybe?
Wiz
something?
Whoa. I feel like that's pretty
pretty
good.
Wiz the rabbit?
Wiz
Khalifa?
The rabbit game.
It's got to be Wiz.
It's got to be
something.
Wiz.
Because it also means like to go fast, to whiz by.
Right. Or you're a real whiz.
Yeah.
You're a real whiz at those maths.
So yeah, Wiz the rabbit.
Wiz the rabbit. Yeah, I like that.
sure.
Locking it in. It is Wiz. Just Wiz.
Just Wiz?
With 2 Z's.
Okay. Count it.
We're counting
Count it.
Wiz. Good job, Ian.
Nice.
Next question. I still like Piss Bunny.
Piss bunny. Yeah. That's a good
Maybe
one.
that's a little PlayStation. It's a legend. Next question. This simulation sequel is isometric rather than top-down like the original and features different land elevations among other improvements. Well, until he said improvements, I thought maybe he was talking about Kabluey.
Sim Earth. Was that an SNES game?
I don't know how many they did. I think there's a Sim Ant for SNES, right?
Tactics Ogre.
It's a simulation sequel.
Wow.
I don't know how. And it's a sequel. Sim City? They didn't do it to Sim City 2000.
Not on SNES.
They did Sim City. Did they do Sim City 2000?
Maybe.
Ugh. It's isometric rather than top down like the original.
Was the original
Sim City was top down because I remember doing those residential areas and stuff. I don't remember how Sim City 2000 was.
Say SimCity 2000.
Sim City 2000, locking it in if it's Tactics Ogre, I'm really sorry. It is Sim City 2000.
Very nice.
There it is.
Wow, I didn't know that existed on the
job.
Super Nintendo. All right, next.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm weirdly kind of looking forward to it. I got a lot of Sim City 2000 stories. Not really, but I did play
But
it a
you're
lot.
gonna.
Next question. This game was, I know the answer to this, it was originally a mod called Crazy Auto, but legal complications meant that it had to be presented to the original game's owner and was used to create a sequel. This is Miss Pac-Man.
Oh.
Logging it in, final answer, and Miss Pac-Man.
Nice.
All right.
Crazy Auto. Next question. This action platformer is the third in this spin-off series and sees you fighting Mr. Doppler.
Mega Man X3.
Ooh, Mega Man X3. Locking it in. It is Mega Man X3.
Wow.
Holy shit, that's 2 in a row that we were just like, pow. Next question. This isometric RTS, maybe Tactics Ogre, features teams of up to 4 cyborgs tasked with taking control of countries for your megacorp. Megacorp.
Tactics Ogre 4000. Teams of 4 robots.
Teams of 4 cyborgs.
Cyborgs.
Please. Robots I'll be mean to. Cyborgs.
No
over
way.
there. Nah. Seen RoboCop too many times.
It's an isometric
Yes.
real-time strategy.
Yes.
With teams of 4.
Teams of 4 cyborgs. It's probably like cyborgs.
Yeah, like isometric cyborgs.
Exclamation point.
Damn it. Have we missed one yet?
No.
No, fuck, we haven't. Damn it. This is going to suck because we're not going to get this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea what it could be.
Cyborgs?
Cyborgs.
4 isometric cyborgs. Locking it in. It is Syndicate.
Never would have guessed.
Never. Syndicate. Next question. This game stars Mitch Hunter and Max Steiner fighting an evil horde of invading zombies and mutants. Those were not the children in Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So I have no
Mitch
idea.
and Sam.
Mitch and
Mitch and
Max.
Max.
Mitch and Matt.
Mitch Hunter and Max Steiner.
It's going to be like Mitch and Max versus the zombies or something.
Which sounds like mix and match, kind of. Mitch and Max.
Eminem Zombie Club.
Eminem Zombie Club. We're good with that? Locking it
I have
in.
no clue.
It is Doom Trooper. Doom Trooper. Nope. Next question. This game features over-the-top and very cartoonish attacks. Examples include pulling out a mallet out of thin air, arms transforming into blades, or fists catching on fire. The Mask. It's also Mortal Kombat.
well, yeah.
But I think I like The Mask.
It could really be Mortal Kombat. You're right. Because I know the mallet is a main attack in the mask.
Yes.
That he pulls out from.
Shao Kahn pulls that out, doesn't he?
He pulls out that giant fucking hammer. Yeah. It's not. It can't be more.
Baraka could have blades.
Baraka definitely, with the blades.
What was the last one? Fire?
Fists catching on fire. That's Johnny Cage, right?
Johnny Cage, or if you want to count Liu Kang's.
I might say
Fireball.
Mortal Kombat 2 then.
I don't know, man. I like The Mask because that feels like more.
He said it was cartoonish.
He does say cartoonish specifically.
I
This
mean,
game
Mortal
features
Kombat 2 is not cartoonish.
right. This game features over the top and very cartoonish attacks.
So Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat, yeah, with a Mortal Kombat with a run button. I like The Mask. I like that.
Okay.
I completely forgot that there was a Super Nintendo game for The Mask. Logging it in, it is WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game.
Okay.
Couldn't have been farther off than that.
Hey, that's one like Doink the Clown or where Undertaker throws ghosts and shit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna learn so much about wrestling when we get to that. So educational. Next question. This sequel features a more, quote, gentle and relaxed pacing, unquote. The levels lack time limits and feature more exploration elements than previous games. So it's a gentle and relaxed paced sequel with no time limits and more exploration elements. Home Improvement 2.
Super Adventure Island 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of fits because there's no time limit.
Sounds good to me.
And it features more in exploration. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I listen to
Yeah.
this show. I know what's up.
Super Adventure Island 2, locking it in. It is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. However, I do feel like Super Adventure Island fits that
fits
bill.
that.
Qualifies.
Yeah.
So we'll take half credit.
Yeah. Next question.
If we hit him another game that's also the answer, we should always get credit.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question. This game features a co-op mode where one player controls the character's legs, and the second, it's gun turrets.
You've played this game.
We played this.
I can't remember the name of it, but I remember that
Mech
specific
Warrior, or because there were two. We played that and the sequel.
Because wasn't that one of the games that you play with the gun?
That's what I was about to ask. Was this a
The
Super Scope game?
I think it was a Super Scope game.
I remember playing one where like you would go into a bar and you would get your job or whatever.
That was Mech Warrior.
I feel like it's one of those Mech Warrior games.
2 players could do that?
I remember talking about that.
All right. Okay.
It's one of those.
All right. In Metal Combat, could you... What... I know there was a 2-player mode, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Did one player...
I think it's Metal Combat.
Fuck.
See, I don't remember that.
I can't remember what the 2-player mode was. I remember there was a 2-player mode, but I don't remember
I
what
know there was one where you could have one of y'all had the gun and the other controlled the movement.
Oh, that was Yoshi Safari is what you're thinking of. So I think that this is... I think you're right. I think this is Mech Warrior. Then.
Okay.
Because I think isn't like Metal Combat, that's like... You don't control... It's just the
feel like-
enemy who moves, right?
Right, and you're just aiming at the screen.
Yeah. So Mech Warrior. I think it's like
Mech
Mech Warrior
Warrior.
3000 or something like that. Lock it in.
Or could it be the Yoshi game?
Well, you don't control the... Wait, shit, you do control Yoshi's legs, don't you?
Does it say anything about mechs in the question?
No. This game features a co-op mode where one player controls the character's legs.
It's that. It's
And the
that.
second-
Yoshi's.
Telling you.
Whoa, hold up. In the second, it's gun turrets. So I don't know if turrets...
Oh.
Because Mario is carrying the Super Scope, but I don't think it's gun turrets. So Mech Warrior, and if Ross
Warrior.
says Yoshi, we get that too because Ross is wrong.
Are we good with this?
Yep.
All right, locking it in. It is Mech Warrior 3050.
Nice.
All right. Phew. That was a journey. That was a fun journey.
Was.
Next question. In this game, rather than playing as the main characters of the series, you there control robots.
You there, control robots?
You there control robots.
So half credit for Ross fucking up the question.
Right, absolutely. In this game, rather than playing as the main characters of the series, you control their robots, presumably?
Control their robots.
Yeah.
So it's a sequel.
It's a series, yeah. So it's at least 2 games. Yeah, main characters of this series.
What game features characters that have robots that you would control?
Fucking robots.
Again with the robots. This is very
Earthbound, because you played their robots at the end, and it's the second of a 3-game series.
All right. I think technically, I don't think that's what he's going for, but I think
But technically, we get it.
That's correct.
The best kind of correct, technically correct.
You want to go with it? I have no idea.
Yeah, Earthbound sounds good.
sure.
The only other thing I can think is like this is like some kind of puzzle game, like a Kirby's Avalanche kind of thing, where it's where it's like it's part of the series, but not really, But I like Earthbound. Locking that in. It is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition.
I swear to God, I was going to say Power Rangers of some form, and then I
Yeah.
thought, but I don't think they have robots.
Because you play as their
Zords.
Forgot about the Zords.
Fucking Zords.
Earthbound still works. Though.
Earthbound is, that does still work. So count it. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. I don't know if we're all allowed to participate. There's 3 of them. This doesn't seem like this one is crafted specifically for you.
I think
Ian.
we'll know.
I bet it's the last one.
DuckTales, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck. Why you gotta do this shit to me,
wow.
Ross? Why you gotta fucking do this shit
Ross,
to me?
that's the hardest one you've done so far.
Yeah, it really is.
Now look, Chip and Dale, you get both of them. So there is that. So probably fuck. Because that marriage, like, might work for some people, not going to work for me.
Well, Rescue Rangers could be, I mean, you get Gadget. You get Zipper going your pee hole.
Well, fuck, I can't pass that up.
Yeah.
I mean, but then Monterey Jack's going to go in after him.
You put some cheese in your ass and Monterey Jackson and get
He's gonna find that cum button. They're gonna talk about me on the school bus. If I put cheese in my ass, they're gonna talk about me on the school bus. I'll never get out of folk. So it's the shows, or is it the characters?
I think it's the
we
shows.
need to.
It's the shows.
Okay. How do you fuck a show?
Well, it does say DuckTales.
It does say DuckTales, you're right. And we can presume it's not the entire cast of DuckTales, right?
It's the show.
Yeah, Morgana, right? I mean, Morgana, right? That was her name, yeah?
Ma Beagle.
Ma Beagle. Mrs. Beasley.
Did he say Rescue Rangers or just Chippendale?
DuckTales, comma, Chippendale, colon, Rescue Rangers, comma,
And then
Darkwing
Darkwing
Duck.
I'm going to kill DuckTales.
Ooh.
Fuck Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
That's right, son.
And marry Darkwing Duck.
We're the opposite.
I'm gonna go kill Darkwing Duck,
Yeah,
fuck Rescue Rangers, and marry DuckTales.
me too. I like all of these shows
I do
quite
too.
a bit.
That's a hard one. That's a tough one.
But I've spent probably equal amounts of time with all of them, honestly.
Yeah.
I was going to say more time with DuckTales, but DuckTales was like the first one.
Yeah.
And that's I've got that.
And it's a good show. I mean, they're all good shows.
They are all good shows.
See, I'm just trying to think back. Okay, what are the first memories that come to mind to me when I think about each show and which one has the most profound impact remembering that? And to me, it is the episode of Darkwing Duck when Goslin goes into the dystopian future where Darkwing Duck has fucking lost it because Goslin dies.
Yeah.
And he becomes fucking Judge Dredd and has just formed this whole oppressive totalitarian government. For Rescue Rangers, I think it's the robot cat where they put the video games in its head.
Yeah.
And then for DuckTales, I don't have when Gizmo Duck, I guess, but I've got the least powerful memory for DuckTales.
Yeah.
I'm going based on the fact that I thought just all around DuckTales was an all around more satisfying show to me. And I'm also including the new DuckTales in that as well.
Yeah, new DuckTales is rad.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I think pound for pound, you get kind of more for your money.
I'm going purely on nostalgia. 100%. Purely nostalgia. DuckTales, all these shows have really good games too.
Yeah.
And it's seriously, but it's like DuckTales for the NES is like fucking really, really good.
When I give Jack my phone to watch YouTube videos, he keeps finding the moon theme.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's one of the best
I haven't even
songs.
listened to that. How do you keep finding this?
It's one of the best songs in video games.
Yep.
Seriously, especially of that era. That's a top
Absolutely.
tier song. Chippendale Rescue Rangers for the NES, also great.
Yep.
And then Darkwing Duck, also fantastic. Great Mega Man clone. It's really, really good. So, but yeah, so I can't base it on the video games. I just have to go on nostalgia, and it's DuckTales because that was the one. I come home from school, and it's like that was the one until Chippendale came out, and then it's like, well, then both of those. I feel like
I'm going to form a religion around this this mouse and her fat tits and ass.
yeah, mouse tits. Can we get a frog pussy, please?
Frog
Thank
pussy.
you.
That was right there.
Tadpog. Mouse tits and frog pussy. All right. Next. Fuck, marry, kill. Captain America, Doctor Strange, Green Lantern.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm
That
about
got
to say,
easy.
I think it got real
got
easy for
real
me at the
easy.
end.
I'm going to start off with killing Green Lantern.
Yep.
I'm with you there.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Probably gonna fuck Doctor Strange.
All right.
and marry Captain America.
Now, why?
I don't know. I just think Doctor Strange is just too sarcastic and full of himself, even after he's enlightened and becomes Doctor Strange.
Right.
You know, I just think it would be too much to put up with on a day-to-day basis.
That's fair.
But I think Steve Rogers would be just the one to have by your side. It
Be
would
a great husband.
Be a great husband. Be faithful. Be generous. Helpful.
If he wasn't weirded out by
he
the
wasn't-
premise at all, I mean, which I think that he might be.
He wouldn't
If
go
he
for
can
it.
even bottom, I mean, that's gonna be the tightest ass.
All right, and that leads me to our next question. Out of the two, who's the better lay? It has to be Captain America, right?
How much
man.
strange shit are you letting Doctor Strange do?
Doctor Strange can get those portals going
Yeah.
and shit. I mean, you
But
know.
those gotta hurt,
And
right?
you fuck your own ass with power portals.
Yeah. Well, then you don't even need them.
You gotta have
Just
someone
leave
to
your
bring 'em
sling
up.
ring here.
Just show me this one move, and I'll take care of the rest.
I don't know, man. I'm at a standstill. I think I'd marry Doctor Strange just because I think it'd be like, I get it. He's totally a fucking douchebag,
But that dude could like take you anywhere in the blink of an eye. Like
Yeah,
you
I
could
think-
be in fucking Hawaii
Yeah.
instantly.
I think it would be more of an adventure being
Yeah.
married to Doctor
Well,
That's
Strange.
a good point.
Are you having kids? Because you're gonna have a family with Steve Rogers. You're just gonna have like just you and him having fun with Doctor Strange.
I could see
Yeah, totally. And I'm down to have fun. Like, that sounds like a great fun marriage to be married to Doctor
it. It
Strange.
could go, yeah, it could go either way, really. That's a good point.
Plus, like Captain America, it's like, what am I going to connect with? Like, you're like from the 40s, man. Like, what are you even play video games? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, he'd get down. He'd play some fucking Portal at least.
Yeah.
He'd be
Surgery
the best in
simulator.
Portal.
Yeah, Surgery Simulator. All right, Tyler, what's your final? What's your
I think I'm
official?
gonna marry Captain America and fuck Doctor Strange.
Okay, all right.
And we're just unanimous about killing Green Lantern.
Oh,
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that was the
that's
gimme.
a weird one.
That was the gimme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I thought he was going to say Thor or something, and then I would have had a
Ooh,
Ooh,
Thor.
okay, now let's pretend he said Thor.
I don't want
How does
to.
that change our answers? I'm going to fuck Thor. I'll tell you that, and then probably kill Doctor Strange. I know I was just about to marry him, but when you throw Thor
throw
in,
that, yeah.
it like really like
No, I agree. I agree with you.
changes that dynamic.
Yeah.
For sure. That'd be my answer, too.
All right, now throw Hawkeye in.
Oh, we kill Hawkeye.
Yeah, we're killing Hawkeye.
Basically, the Green Lantern. No, wait, he's the Batman of the MCU.
Ouch, that hurt my feeling because I was a Batman fan.
I love Batman, but I mean,
Come on, Iron Man's the Batman.
well, that's true. That's true. You're right. You're right.
All right, just go with me,
I forgot
please.
about it. No, you're right. You're right.
Next question. Presumably, this is for Ian.
Isn't Iron Fist more the Batman?
But yeah, but he's
How
still-
rich
he
is
has
Iron Fist?
actual
I don't know.
But
powers.
also, I mean, Batman is still like one of the most formidable people.
Iron Fist has-
is not formidable.
Iron Fist
to that
has
level.
powers, though. Iron
That's
Man
true.
doesn't. He's got a
Yeah.
suit,
Yeah.
which is basically what Batman depends on.
An Iron Man with
Mil-
infinite wealth.
Millionaire Playboy, infinite wealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian, I'm going to let you read this, as I assume that it is for you, and I can't pronounce any of that.
Okay. Fuck Mary. This would be a good one for John Turley as well. Fuck Mary Kill, Tasha Yar, Kira Nerys, or Guinan.
Who are these people?
Tasha Yar is the security officer from the Enterprise D in Star Trek The Next Generation. She was
Okay.
the blonde woman.
Oh, you're not going to get me there,
Okay,
but I
okay.
appreciate it.
She was in Pet Cemetery. Does that?
Oh, yeah, I've seen
She
that.
was the
Who
mom
the
in Pet
mom?
Sematary.
Okay.
Kira Nerys was the basically the first officer on Deep Space Nine.
Okay. What else was she in?
That I don't not much that I'm aware
All right,
of.
I'm killing her.
Okay.
I'm marrying Pet Cemetery mom.
Guinan was Whoopi Goldberg's character in
Oh.
Next Gen, the bartender in Next Generation.
Okay.
So for me, I'm killing Tasha Yar because they killed her off early in the series anyway.
Okay. That's the one who
and
hasn't
I never
been-
really cared for her character much. She was always I never thought her if we ever do this podcast, maybe you guys will hear all about it. I never really cared much for Tasha as a part. She fit in the least to me in the overall character set for the series. After she was gone, I thought things kind of got better. She was in some of the earlier episodes that weren't very well written. Guinan is also Whoopi Goldberg's character. She is also sort of from this race of people who are known as Watchers, and they live super long lives, like super long lives. Like she lived on Earth during like the Old West days, and it ended up being on the Enterprise like 400 years later, whatever it is. I can't remember the years. And then Kira would be the most fun to fuck because she's very spirited, very hot-headed. She's very pretty, very sexy. But she's kind of a bitch, so she'd be good to fuck and then not have anything more to do with her. And then Guinan is who I would marry because Guinan's the wise one. She's basically immortal.
Yeah. Out of all of them, I'd marry Whoopi Goldberg. So, I mean.
And she was cute as fuck anyway back then. So, yeah.
Can I marry fucking kill Whoopi Goldberg for every one of them?
Different characters?
Different Whoopi Goldberg.
Sister Act Whoopi Goldberg.
Ghost Whoopi Goldberg.
There you go. And Jumpin' Jack Flash Whoopi Goldberg.
Man. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Holy shit. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
I loved
My
it.
parents loved that movie.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was really one of those. It was back when the spy movies were popular. Like,
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
it's funny. It's actually a good movie.
It has literally been like 33 years since I've seen that movie.
I think we watched it not too terribly long ago because it happened to come on.
Yeah.
It's a little corny because they overdo the tech. The tech is not very believable, but you know how it is. But it's good.
Yeah.
Funny movie.
Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, thank you, Ross.
That was a good quiz.
Thanks for the custom Fuck, Marry, Kill. For
Yeah.
me. I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, that was very nice. Ross, good luck getting back in the swing of things at work. Glad you didn't die.
Did you get
Yes.
milked? We should call it's 2 a.m. over there right now. We can call
Did you get milked? Ross, put your wife on.
Wake Simone up. Well, Joe and Mac next week. A little bit of palate cleanser. Have some fun.
Joe and Matt.
Enjoy it.
You want to pretend the randomizer chose it?
Sure.
Oh, Joe and Mac.
Oh, boy.
Number from Joe and Mac.
Guess what number the J's are in, Tyler?
Yes, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify, TADPOG.com,
Yeah.
Google Play, wherever the fuck you want. Go to the
MilkRoss.com.
MilkRoss.com. Hell yeah. Let's see, what else do we do? Hey, we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
TADPOG. Got
Yeah.
TADPOG Nation if you want that dank shit.
Yeah.
We got a nice organized chat if you like that Discord.
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
Hell yeah.
It's cool.
We're on Instagram and Twitter as TADPOG_podcast. If you want to send us something, that is TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 2785, Paducah, Kentucky 002. If you want to call, leave us voicemail, 270-883-2555. You want a shirt? Shirts.tadpog.com. You want a mask? You need one again? Mask.tadpog.com.
Yeah, and I don't think that those are redirecting properly. It was kind of brought to my attention today, and I don't know how to fix it. So maybe look on Redbubble for Tadpog.
Yep, there you go.
That's
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
You stream?
I do, yeah. I stream on Sunday nights, twitch.tv/tadpog_podcast. If you come and hang out, it would mean a lot to me. It'd be good to see you. I'll be playing, by the time you hear this, I'll be done with Joe and Mac. I don't know. Time travel. I'll be playing something Sunday. Come check it out.
It's also Oathbreaker Blake Wood's birthday today.
Happy
As of this
birthday.
recording, happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Blake.
Does he listen?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Now, not unless I say, hey, listen to
Hey,
this
listen
one.
to this one. Yeah. And what facilitates you saying that? What does it take for you to say, hey, listen to this one?
Probably that we say happy birthday.
Okay, all right.
But you got to get through almost 3 hours of it before you hear that.
But don't worry, you hear
It's
about mouse tits and
somewhere
frog
in there.
pussy.
There
It's
you
a
go.
wonderful journey.
Well, unfortunately, we have lost the Mountain Dew Baja Blast marketing department on Patreon. But other than that, nothing new.
No. Damn it. All right. Well, help us make it up. Patreon.com/TADPOG. Actually, I've spent some Patreon money recently in preparation for the tasting, the Totally Gonna Happen tasting video. I bought a new camera so that we don't have to use our phones, so we can use that. I bought some new lights that I'm also going to be using for streaming, but they're LED lights, so they're easy to carry. I can transport them over here, set them up. So thank you, Patreon, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because it allows us to like buy things like that, you know, that we can use. So thank you.
Nice.
And it helps us pay for hosting and all the fucking stuff. I mean, we have to pay extra to be on Spotify, so it helps.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Our theme song is Moons. Let's take more try. Link to that track on the show notes at TADPOG.com. How you guys want to close this out?
I would like to hear about your executive producers personally.
Our executive producers.
Thank you, Ian.
Our executive producers, of course. These are the folks on Patreon who donate $20 or more a month. We've got God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dick Dougie, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Usurper Grimm, Temporary Eternal Savior Cubicle Monkey, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Zeus Laser, Boons from Brooklyn, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Big Daddy Paul Anderson, Edgelord Kyle Pertleball, Master Psycho Baron Kevin Link, and General Kenobi Massacre. Nice. You did say the negotiations would be short.
Well, how you guys want to close it out?
As our favorite robot?
Sure.
Or our least favorite
That was
robot?
good.
Or a robot?
Just a robot. Whatever robot you think would be funniest for the moment. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn Stephanie.
Roger. I was just saying that I've decided to try all the fast food chicken sandwiches over the course of the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Because we talked about the chicken and waffles one at Hardee's.
Right, which
is-
I fucking haven't tried yet because they were fucking closed when we were done recording last time.
It's good. But I'm talking about the plain chicken sandwich with the pick. They've all got hand breaded chicken, pickles.
Yeah.
Some manner of sauce or mayonnaise or something.
Not.
Or
Some are neat. Chick-fil-A does it neat.
Does it neat. And then the bun, which could be any number of types of buns.
Yeah. You really only need a bun and chicken. Would you say that those are the two required ingredients for chicken sandwich?
Of course. But I think pickles became, Chick-fil-A started it. Their chicken sandwich is what it is. You've had those 100,000 times, and they put a couple pickles on it. Well, then Popeyes came out with one.
And I like Popeye's pickles better.
Their pickles are good. So I've had the Hardee's, the Burger King, the McDonald's.
Now, which one from Burger King? Because Burger King has that real shitty one on a hoagie.
No, the pan breaded,
Okay.
the one that matches up with all the others.
That's the one that Henry likes. Is the
That's
old
what Melissa-
classic
the oval
Yeah.
shaped, that oval shaped chicken
Melissa
patty.
loves the chicken hoagie with pickles only.
Yeah, not a fan of the chicken hoagie.
No, it's got to be the one with pickles and on a bun.
I haven't had theirs because someone told me that it tasted like all the other ones. So
Well, yeah, pretty much. And then there's the
Wendy's,
of course, Popeyes. Now I haven't had the Wendy's one.
Now Wendy's they've been in the fucking chicken sandwich business for a fucking minute, way before Popeyes.
Their jalapeno popper chicken sandwich is fucking great.
Yeah, I haven't had that.
Okay.
That sounds like something I'd really fucking like. Though our Wendy's by our house, man, they they don't have the guy who I gave a ride anymore, and it's really declined.
Michael.
It's really declined since then. It fucking sucks, man. And it's like, oh, you'll go there at like, I don't know, man, like fucking 2 o'clock or something. And you're like, yeah, I'd like to get an apple pecan salad. We're out of those. It's fucking 2 o'clock. You're just too lazy to make a fucking salad.
Yeah.
I assume. I don't know how salads at Wendy's work, but I mean, it's like, come on, man. If you're out of salads at 2, what are you going to do for fucking 8 hours?
Right. Well,
Anyway, chicken sandwiches, sorry.
no, it's fine. Popeyes came out on top for me. I liked it.
Popeyes is good.
It's a good sandwich.
It's a good sandwich.
Burger King's was okay. It was too much breading, and the second time I had one, it was undercooked.
Yeah, that's a fucking bottom of the list for me.
You don't do that.
No,
it's
fuck
fucking
that, no.
chicken, y'all. Hardee's is really good, and
Hardee's, yeah.
they have the benefit of the alternative, which is the chicken and waffle sandwich. You can get that all day. It's not just a breakfast.
Dude, their
thing.
fucking chicken strips are on point.
Yeah,
I
and
love
they're-
going
Hardee's has the best corporate chicken strips
Yeah.
in the game.
We can all
tender-
agree Just Hamburgers has the best local chicken strips
Yep.
in town.
Yep.
Yeah, if
Right.
you can get them.
Man,
Don't get me fucking started.
I
on
know
that.
we've covered this, but like
but they are the best.
they are the fucking
especially with that
best.
honey mustard that they make. Or
Death Breath,
don't
man,
make,
that's what I
whatever.
like.
Yeah, Gage is a big fan.
Yeah,
of
Death Breath is good.
But the chicken sandwich, what was the last? Oh, Hardee's.
yeah,
It was good. Their patty, their chicken breast that they use on that sandwich is breaded the same as those tenders that they make. So it's really good too. I'd say they're all pretty much the same, except McDonald's. If you're looking for the Chick-fil-A experience,
Yeah, you're not
McDonald's,
gonna get that.
McDonald's is as close as you're going to get.
No
It's
shit?
actually not far off from the Chick-fil-A.
no shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's wild. I didn't expect that
It's
at all.
not it's got the same type of breading on it. You
Yeah.
know, like all the others have that big KFC crunchy looking
Flaky,
breading, and
yeah.
apparently KFC has one now.
I was about
too.
to ask if you hit up KFC.
I can't do that because they put always too much pepper in their seasoning, and it just
Yeah.
Yeah, fucks with you.
fucks with my stomach a little bit.
The KFC near our house is literally hell, so I haven't had KFC in like a really
Yeah, the
long
one near my house
that
is
one's
bad
much
too.
better than it used to be.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I will go through there because the girls will want Baja Blast Taco Bell, and then
Like
so it
much
is-
better than it was like
Oh, that's
a
that
couple years ago,
double
or
thing, isn't it?
It's much better than it was 6 months ago.
okay. All right. Well,
That's-
maybe.
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear.
That's the one that's got the Taco Bell
Bell,
and the
KFC.
KFC
And
together.
it was a fucking disgusting
my
nightmare.
God.
It was holy shit.
Yeah.
How are you open?
Yeah.
But it is the last time. Like I gave it another shot, and it's like, man, because when I drove through, all the employees were new, so
Yeah.
somebody came in there and cracked down, and it's much better than it was.
Good.
Well, the KFC by my house is the one over by the McDonald's on across from Just Hamburger.
Right. Yes.
That place is a dump. I don't like going there
Yeah.
at all. I've never liked going
Yeah.
there. It's just shady. I'm always afraid it's about to get robbed.
yeah.
I don't know.
The only KFC I've ever been to, it's like that was a good experience. Everyone was nice, and it's kind of clean in here, kind of. Still, the one in Litchfield,
Yeah.
oddly enough.
Yeah. It is weird.
Other than that, every other KFC is awful.
I haven't had many good experiences in KFCs, honestly. And I remember being a kid and like this stuck with me for fucking years and decades. And I know that I've talked about this on the show before. I know that I have. I don't know what in the world fucking possessed KFC to do this, but it was like, I don't know if they had some kind of like fucking deal with like a local exterminator or something, but there were printed on the bags roaches. And it was like,
What the fuck?
dude, I wish I had a photograph of this. I wish I had a photograph of this. Because it's like, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And I remember telling my mom, like, because she would go like once every 2 weeks and get like a bucket of chicken, right? Because it was cheap and we could all eat it. And I remember being like, I'm not eating that. Because I couldn't, like, it was just linked in my mind at that point that I'm eating roaches. And it's like, I can't fucking hang.
Well, and
me.
that's one of the reasons, not because of
I
roaches.
can't believe that. I wish I had a photograph of this because it's so unbelievable.
Yeah, that's awful. I mean, the KFC that I was just talking about has
Yeah.
been there
for a long, long, long time.
forever.
It was there when-
literally. It
yeah.
was there when I moved here.
Yeah.
you know.
It actually started the town.
Yeah, they built around it.
Yeah. It's our mayor.
That reminds me. not to drag this out too long.
Please,
there's a
God.
really, really good documentary out there right now. And it was on the History Channel, and it's called "The Food That Made America." Oh my God! It's this story of like Kellogg's and Hershey chocolate and KFC and McDonald's and all of these things, and they kind of structure it to where like how they all sort of are tied together throughout the years, and it is really fucking good. I highly recommend it. It covers KFC. Dude, Colonel Sanders was like some dude who like went from job to job his whole life. He was just some dude.
Till Dave Thomas saved his fucking ass.
Well, he had a gas station, and to make more money for the gas station, he was frying chicken. Right, but he was doing it in pans in the back, and he couldn't keep up with orders. People would come in from lunch, and he couldn't get it done fast enough. There was one other gas station in the town where he was, and they always competing for business. I can't remember.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But he ran up. Somebody came into the store one day, said people were out there painting his fucking billboards over the billboards for Colonel Sanders gas station. They were painting them so that people would go to the other gas station, right? And they went out there and got in a shotgun fight. Dude killed somebody.
Didn't he like
killed somebody?
He killed him. It was self-defense because one of his guys had a shotgun and the other guys had a shotgun, and they shot his friend.
Jesus Christ.
And went to shoot him, and he grabbed the shotgun up and blew the guy
from his
away.
dead friend?
Yeah.
Good Lord, man.
He wasn't like...
And that man was Dave Thomas, who came back from the grave to make KFC what it was.
Well, so then what he ended up doing was like he couldn't meet his chicken orders fast enough, and so he figured out a way to convert a pressure cooker into a pressure fryer. And like he experimented with all the different like washers and stuff to hold it in and handle the high heat.
Yeah.
And then he was able to fry this chicken in 8 minutes. And then he came up with the herbs and spices recipe and all that. The way he started with the chicken, because he had a restaurant, and it actually was like a hotel, like an inn, and a really nice restaurant, sit-down restaurant or whatever, and it was all about the Southern hospitality. And he was doing fine until the interstate was built, and it diverted traffic away from his place, right? So it folded. It went under.
Think about it.
And then he goes and decides, fuck this, I'm going to go out on my own, out on the road, and I'm just going to go to all these fucking restaurants, these fast food places that were just starting to pop up, and sell him my chicken and my process. And all he asked in return was 4 cents for every piece of chicken sold. And he managed to he went to 1,000 places, and finally one person, he said, in exchange for I'm going to give you the technology of this fryer, this pressure fryer, and I'm going to sell you the recipe. And all I ask is 4 cents per piece that you sell. Dude made a fortune and then ended up franchising, going out and doing it all. So it's just all those little stories about how all these massive, like the Mars company, M&M, Mars. And
it sounds like a really interesting show.
How M&M's came about was because the guy walked out on his dad. He had been partners with his dad on the Mars company. And his dad was kind of a shit to him. They invented Milky Way, and they were buying chocolate on credit from Hershey and made the Milky Way, and then they ended up making all these other candy bars. But at one point, dude got mad at his dad for not cutting him into the business more, went to Hershey, one of the guys that worked for Hershey, not actual Hershey, with this little candy-covered chocolate, and M&M's was born. And then they ended up getting a phone call. Then the World War II broke out. And they're like, well, we got to have something to put into the army was like, we got to have something to put into our fucking ration packs. And it turns out, this candy was the perfect choice for dessert because it doesn't melt.
Right.
And so they got the contract from the army to make, and they were making like 200,000 M&Ms a day or something. And that's how that all came to be. And then it all fucking join back together, and it's just crazy. I highly recommend the show.
We can all agree that M&Ms suck unless there's peanuts in them, right?
Or anything. Plain M&Ms I do not enjoy.
I'm not a fan.
Throw
of
me
plain
throw me
M&Ms.
crispy, throw me caramel, throw me chocolate fudge, throw me coffee.
Crispy's good. Pretzel's good.
Brownie's good.
Pretzel.
I'm not a
brownie
peanut. I don't like. Nikki
Put me
loves the
anything in
peanut
there.
ones. She knows if she buys those, they're all hers.
Yeah.
Because
I like
I'm not
them.
gonna fucking eat them. They fucking like weirdly give me heartburn, and it's like I don't know. I'm staying away from that.
But the fudge brownie ones are good.
I haven't had those. It sounds good.
Coffee's good.
Yeah. God, they have one
Haven't
with a
had
hot
those either.
peanut in it.
What?
A hot peanut.
There's a hot peanut.
Huh?
Spicy.
Hell yeah.
Spicy nut.
I try that.
It was pretty good. I tried
I'd
it.
eat that nut.
You.